Folks, Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
It's Agree to Disagree, live from the Real Talk Studios, like we are every Sunday. And every Sunday we're brought to you by our doc. We make him yours. That's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find him on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. We'll have the doc on around 8 o'clock. Talk some 1098 with him. Haven't spoken to him for a while, so looking forward to having him. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Moakovic. We got a jam-packed show for you, fam. Crumb of the week like we always do at the end of the show. XFL returns. If you care, a lot of people care out there, it seems like. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but we'll talk about it later on the show. Sixers at the break. We'll sort of dissect where we think they're at and where we think they're going to be at when it's all said and done and we get the playoff time, not only seeding-wise, but how far do we think this team can go with two good additions. Not great additions, but two additions that were needed for this basketball team. And Ellen Brand, with nothing to give up.
With a terrible bench,
found something to go get and upgrade you. And we'll talk about that as we move forward in the show. Sixers versus Bulls, live reactions. We'll be watching the game, giving you live reactions throughout it. And listen, it's a tale of two tapes. It's a team on the road that honestly hasn't found their identity, and it's a team at home that's absolutely found their identity. And, there's no – we can talk about bad coaching, this, that, and the third. I think a lot of it, and I don't like to put stock in one guy, but recently at that 4-game stretch, nothing we were going to go 2-2 or 3-1 or not go 0-4. But no Josh Richardson for a team that's not deep enough kills this basketball team. And you saw it through the stretch he was out. Not the same team when he plays and when he doesn't play. And because, really, he's such a good perimeter defender that's really underlooked by a lot of people, and he can stretch it enough. When he wasn't out, you're talking about guys like Shake Milton have to start. And these other guys get thrown into these roles, and now your bench is even shorter. We're not built to be shorter, right? That's not how we're built. We're really built when this season started. Like, look at our 5, right? Look at our 5. Look at our 5. Look at our 5. We talked about our bench was going to be our biggest concern going in this year, and obviously Korkmaz really showing up.
2 straight years now.
Yeah, and 2 straight years our bench being weak.
Yeah.
And Ferk really showing up big time, obviously, tonight. the other night. So a guy starting to get his confidence, starting to get hot. That's huge for this team. And then you get Burks and you get Glenn Robinson the third off your pine. Now you're deeper there. So I'm excited for what this season can still be. I know a lot of people aren't. I know a lot of people are down on him, and I get it. That stretch makes the whole world down on you. I was down
Still
on
a lot
you.
of games left.
Yeah, I was down on you, but I can't run from where I thought this team would be at the end of it, and that's an Eastern Conference Final contender. Did they get there? I don't know, because they're biting themselves in the foot a little bit when it comes to seeding. So we talked about this team was definitely a top 3 seed.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Right now, you got,
You're talking about road woes, which, are obviously glaring, all right? But if you're this, the most we can probably get, unless we go crazy, is a 5. So we're going to be a 5 or 6, and we're not going to have home court, you know what I mean? So you better find a way to win the road game, you know what I mean? So, that's a couple months away. So
Can you get to 3?
We get there. I don't know. I think we got to cook. We got to start.
We really got to cook.
We got to cook.
Because Toronto's hot. Toronto's hot as a fucking pistol.
Yeah,
I know that.
they haven't slowed down. It's ridiculous how hot they are.
Well, they won 13 straight, I think, right?
14.
Is
Yeah,
it 14?
yeah.
I know they're rolling.
13.
They're rolling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's either,
Need it.
it's either 13
There
or
you
14.
go, Matisse. That's a good confidence builder. We shoot with confidence at home. That's the biggest thing I
Yep.
say. On the road, we're timid. We shoot with confidence at home.
Well, and
I
that's
don't know
why.
what we need somebody to cheer for us. I don't know what that is, but to your point about Richardson being out, everyone's got injuries. That's just to play devil's advocate.
No,
everyone's
absolutely.
got injuries, so that's when our leaders need to step up more. And recently, they haven't. Tobias has been small. Ben and Joe, they've all been pretty small recently.
Yes. Any NBA exec or anybody has a clue about the game, right? They always say your stars are what win your road games, right? So you talk about our 3
Absolutely.
stars. They didn't play good enough at all through that 4-game stretch.
Or like you said,
I
you're
don't
struggling
know.
for an identity or who you are. Like, the first week we were this great defending team, right? So I know, you take away Richardson, I get the injuries, that's fine, all right? But
We haven't been playing
but
good
we're
defense,
getting doored
though.
on the
Yeah.
road. You know what I mean? Like, we're giving up, over 110, 115, whatever it is.
No, you're right.
37 the other night. You know what I mean? So if you don't shoot well on the road, I understand his point, but that's no excuse to play defense. You know what I mean? Come on.
At
So
some point, you got to
that's just an
get.
effort
At
thing.
some
That's
point,
just,
the problem is that they don't show the effort.
Yeah, that's where
Like-
that's where we're pissed off as fans. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like Ben shows effort, but it's on the road. He's way less aggressive at getting points. And some points in games, like especially the most recent games, where fucking Joe can't hit Wood if he fell out of a boat, and Tobias and fucking Al are just shooting threes. That's when we need you to get to the rim,
Yep.
man. That's when you have to, because they're playing like wet farts. So you got to do something. Because I don't know what they were doing. I mean, I didn't get to see much of that game because I was at work, but I'm looking at the shots at halftime, like 1 for 10, fucking 2 for 9. What are we doing out there?
Yeah, well, it's the
at
way
some
you
point,
said.
you gotta go get a bucket.
Well, it's the way you said.
Show some effort.
It's exactly what you said. I mean, we don't hit shots on the road consistently enough. Like we do at home. Confident shooting, essentially, right? And and again, you're starting to come a play. Joel not good enough in that 4-game trip. Ben not good enough overall, and Tobias was on essentially a milk carton. Right? You can tell me his numbers. I can tell you what my eyes saw. Right? And I was critical of all 3 of them throughout this stretch. Everybody tells me, Tom, you're never critical of Joe. Yes, I am. I said it straight to his face, essentially. If he's checking our IG and our Facebook, I said it straight to his damn face. Okay? I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? I'm tired of how it acts on the road. I think, and it's not an excuse for him. I think he's like, I don't want to say figuring it out, but he's missed some games and it's just one thing after another when you talk about like little hiccups, right? Keeping you out.
He's still dominant in stretches. The
He is,
biggest problem
and he can
is that he looks lethargic late, which he can't, because that's when we need him to be.
And that's not playing.
Dominant.
And that's not playing.
Well, hopefully, but he's done. But he looked like that all year, though.
No, I'm saying, but when you sit out a period of time, I always think it's harder to get the legs under when
Yeah,
you're a bigger
he had
guy.
a fucking finger.
When you're a bigger guy, though. When you're a bigger guy.
I hear you.
Like I feel like bigger guys need to play. Like smaller guys.
Game shape is different than
Yes,
just practice.
yes,
I understand.
yeah. You can
I'm
hit
well
the bike
aware.
all day.
I'm well aware.
You can bike it all day.
I'm well aware.
Yeah.
But then stay on the court. We need you on
No,
the court.
I agree with
like
you.
the other guys on the court. So you got to be on the court.
It's easy for me to say, like, if this team's intact and not hurt come playoff time, that this team can go to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I say that,
We'll see what
and
kind
in
of,
the back of my head, I'm
what
like,
kind of Joe you're going to get.
well,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, 'cause,
but
That's the key.
That's the whole thing, Sweeps. What kind of Joe are we going to get?
That's what superstars don't. They have off nights, but they don't take. They still find a way, other ways to contribute. I mean, I feel like when he disappears, he disappears. You know what I mean? Like
completely disappears.
You know what I mean?
Completely.
Like,
it's like he doesn't show effort.
Yeah.
It's like he's not. Oh, I'm not having a good night shooting, and he lets it affect his complete game, which you should never do.
Like to your point.
No, yeah, you're right.
You were just quoting Shaq, but
Yeah,
that's a crock of shit. Right? And I love Shaq, and Shaq's just stating the obvious. I get that. But that's a fucking woe is me fucking baby mentality. You know what I mean?
Well,
you're not giving me the rock now. You want me to play defense? Fuck you. No. Go down there, dominate on defense, and then go get some rebounds, go get some putbacks, demand the ball in the post. I know you told me, and it's a fact. You showed me these stats that we lead in post ups and stuff like that. Like I just do what my eyes tell me. I don't care about numbers. Right? Numbers are for nerds. You know what I mean? Like I want productive post ups. I don't want you. When you run down there, that's what the nerds are reporting. The nerds are saying, well, he was down there, and that's considered posting up. I guess I don't know what they're reporting. Because I just do what my eyes tell me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think it's been enough.
And have a productive post up.
But I think it's been worse.
Demand the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's where I get angry.
My bad. I think it's easier, and you see more post ups when he's on the floor without Al. Right. I think when you got Al, Ben, and Joe on the floor at the same time, I think that's where he talks about, hey, I got to stay on the perimeter more because there's no spacing with all three. Yeah.
In the NBA,
and I think what you're seeing a little bit now after the starting five rolls out, what you're seeing Brett do more is that them two aren't on the court throughout the middle part of the game as much.
That's why we were holding him accountable because, like, if we're the worst, whatever, I don't know how you can measure that, but we got to be one of the worst spacing teams in the NBA.
Well, we have two centers.
You know what I mean?
We got two centers and a guard that's essentially almost a center because he shoots all his shots in the paint, and there's fucking no other centers in the league. So I mean, I hear you.
Yeah,
the center is dying. It's like the dodo bird. It's becoming extinct. It's crazy.
Sad.
Houston's literally don't even have one now. They just said, we're just going to shoot threes. Everybody on the court.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Rocco and PJ Tucker.
I despise the NBA. Yeah. I don't like it one bit. Yeah. It's analytic nerds. It's nerds taking over again. It's fucking nerds again, dude. They got their fucking hands in everything. Nerds are all over the place. They've exploded. It's amazing. And in
they're running wild.
In the 90s, you couldn't see these motherfuckers. They were nowhere to be seen. They're in their basement. Fucking playing I don't even know what, Pong. What were those fucking
Dungeons and Dragons?
Dungeons and Dragons for sure. What were those like stacked up games?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't.
Slammer. What was that shit? Pogs or some shit? They're playing Pogs. Oh my god! Now they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I blame that fucking show, that Sheldon show.
But the reason I continue
it ruined it. It put nerds on a pedestal. You never put nerds on a pedestal.
Big Bang Theory.
Well, Ryan Dennis isn't happy. Ryan Knowles not happy.
Yo, what up, Nolly?
Sixers are a disgrace. Amari Cooper's a bum and a terrible teammate. Can't wait for baseball. Not happy. Not happy.
Well, on one thing I will say, Noel, is I totally agree that I can't wait for baseball. And Amari Cooper, though, he's lit us up a few times. So maybe he has got a thing about playing here in Philly. So that's something they can hang your hat on if he does come here. And, I mean, listen, at this point, I'll take anybody that can stay on the field and catch the ball.
Yeah, we got plenty of time to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that.
If that happens, I'm in. Billy Gore.
Deshaun Jackson's mom's talking about him running a 4.3 yesterday. He didn't run one during the season, so doing it yesterday doesn't bother him. Doesn't mean anything to me.
Love the offseason 4.3s. Billy Gore
way to the training room.
And Stephen White say, "What's up, guys? What's up, boys?
What's up, guys?"
So, fam, if you're just joining us, we're doing live reactions. Obviously, the Sixers talking 10-9-8, and sort of dissecting, a little bit what their problems are and have been on the road. And the difference at home. And the funny thing is, like, for people that don't think this team can be good enough, and then you see they have the best home record in the NBA, you're like, well, that's what you can sort of hang your hat on a little bit. It's like, it's there, right? So it's there. The ability to win games and the ability to play well is there. So now can I translate it on the road? Can I start to translate? You got time. I hate to use the word time, but in air quotes,
there's 30
you have
games.
A little bit of time
30 games
to get a little bit better, right? Where you maybe finish not 2 games over 500 for the year, but maybe you can finish 2 to 4 games over 500 through that next stretch of road games. You know what I mean? Throughout the rest of the year. Sort of hang your hat on playing better basketball on the road, finishing out. Because we always say, not how you start, how you finish.
Yeah,
so
of course.
You can still figure it out a little bit.
I think we're 1-15 against teams with over a 500 record on the road, which is that's
scary.
That's
scary.
It's almost unbelievable.
Because if you don't have home
it's
court,
almost unbelievable.
If you don't have home court, you can pretty much
fallen into one?
stamp. We're not gonna win the postseason.
We haven't fallen into one. Like really, we haven't fallen into a game where the other team didn't make shots and we made some.
Yeah, no.
That's incredible. Yeah. That's incredible. That's an effort thing to me.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a complete effort thing.
You know, we get rolled by 40, but then we can't roll somebody by 40. You know what I mean? Like the other
I was
night,
at the biggest
like
blowout of the year.
night,
Apparently, I got to go to more games.
The other night, we had it. We up by 30 something, and it's like we gotta open that door back up. You know what I mean? Like instead of finishing somebody sometimes. So it's like mindset, and that killer, that instinct.
And that's where your stars come from.
Oh, absolutely.
And the fact
other
that
guys will follow them. The other guys will follow you.
Just talking about the last 4-game stretch, right? Weak bench. Stars don't play well enough. You ain't winning on the road. Okay? It's that simple. Like, the good teams that have good benches, like, if their stars don't show up for a game or two on the road, there's other guys that, like, sort of pick up the slack, but give you some scoring production. Yeah. For us,
we haven't been getting
for us, if Joe and Tobias aren't playing well on the road, you might as well just call it quits. This over this 4-game stretch.
I think Shake Milton had one game where he played okay, and Furkan had one game where he played okay. The rest of them didn't do shit.
And I can't expect Shake Milton to play well on the road right now. I'm not hanging my hat on Shake Milton playing well on the road. Now with Furkan shooting great, hopefully that translates for him on the road. You know what I mean? That's what we need. And listen, I understand it was full panic mode after them 4 games, and we're all pissed off. And A, B, C, and D. But in no way, shape, or form
F and G.
Am I buying in that like Ben and Joe can't play together? Ben and Joe aren't friends. Like, knock the bullshit off, people. Please stop trying to create a narrative and run one of them out of town. Right? There's no need to do it. If they're not friends, then why are they throwing alley-oops and pregame together today and laughing and joking? They're friends, guys. Knock off. They're not friends. Okay? When he talks about spacing, he's not just talking about Ben. He's talking about Al, too. When all 3 of them on the court, he needs to stay on. Somebody who can actually hit a 3 needs to stay on the perimeter because your guard doesn't shoot one, and Al's been atrocious from 3. At least Joe, as much as we don't love him jacking 3s, at least when he shoots one, I'm like, okay, maybe I got a chance. You know what I mean? Maybe a better chance than when I feel better than when Al shoots one. Make sense?
Well,
that's all, and that's not saying much.
Apparently, Brett Brown doesn't because he wants him shooting 6 a game or some shit. I know. At this point, the Al,
I think that will slow down now.
The Al signing has not looked great right now because we have spacing issues with him and Joe on the floor. Because like I said, there's no centers in the league. We got 2 of them, almost 3, and Al's just fucking chucking, and he's not hitting from 3. I feel like he's great at that elbow jumper. I'd love to see him on the elbow.
Yeah.
But then it's a mess. It's a mess. So I almost don't want to play them together. But then down the stretch of games, we kind of have to. Yeah. If you want the best players on the court.
Yeah, you would think.
Well, I mean, that, again, I just think this team.
That's why you brought him here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to help you close.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not gonna not play him in the 4th.
Yeah.
Sweeps, I think it's even like a step further than that. Like, I think he brought him here for the playoffs. Like, in his mind, like, hey, it's going to slow down. It's a half-court game, and their whole, like, bully ball.
We'll get stops.
Supposedly mentality.
How the fuck did he miss that?
Would jump on and create life in the playoffs. But,
Here comes Chicago.
we talk about early on in the year, when the first week of the season, I mean, shit, we couldn't be blowing them any harder. How aggressive they were defensively. How palmsy they were.
I still think we can be that team too. That's what I was saying. Like I feel like we still can win the playoffs. Like you said, I'd love to get to the 3 seed. I don't know that we can, but we have to go on a serious run here. Yeah.
We do.
First, can we just start by winning a road game?
Yeah, that's it.
Like just win a road game.
Yeah, little baby steps. I mean,
And I'm good with just finishing and keep winning home games too. Like, keep winning home games.
Well, I don't want us to lose a game at home the rest of the year.
So they have
That's like where I'm leaving. Well, that's where I have that at.
They have 2 major road trips coming. 2 major ones to end the year. In March, they go to the Clippers.
Can we catch a Wizards or
to
something?
The Lakers. No, they have weak ones, but these are 2 major trips, right? Clippers, Lakers, Kings, Warriors all on the road. And then in April.
When is that?
The beginning of March 1st through whatever.
Okay. Sure.
And then right here at the end of the year, they have the Spurs, Pelicans, Grizzlies all on the road. So there's 7 games right there that, if you go hopefully 4-3, 3-4, hopefully you can make up, as you guys have all been saying, make up that stretch to get close to 500.
Well, there's a lot.
No, you're absolutely
There's
right.
a lot of other road games you're saying
There is.
too.
Those are just the two major trips that still are coming up, where there's 3 or 4 games in a block.
I mean, right now we're in the 5 seed. Okay, we're 3.5 behind Miami for the 4, and we're 3 behind Miami for the 4, and we're 5.5 behind Boston, which will be 5 if we win this game from the 3 seed.
5's a lot. So yeah, we got to start winning. I mean, that's what it is. And Toronto's what? They're up there now, right?
Well, I mean, that's another game and a half added on to the 5.5, so 7.
Heat in Toronto, right? Heat in Toronto, then Boston, right? Yep.
It's Toronto, Boston, Miami now.
Yeah.
Philly, Indy. So we jumped, obviously, Indiana.
Yeah,
we're down to 5.
Yeah,
we're down to 5
Well,
hole.
guess what? Oladipo came back, and they don't know how to play with him right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to find traction.
And Miami
Crazy
hasn't
how you
played
get the
well.
best player back, and then
Miami. Talk about like not a good road team. Miami right there. I mean, 12-14 on the road. That's not good enough. You know, we talk about a
They
tough
have the
team.
second best home record, right?
They are.
I think so.
22-3. So statistically, no, because Milwaukee's 24-3. So depending on how you look at that, I don't know how they gauge that. You know what I mean? Is it more wins and you get a higher winning percentage? I guess.
Yeah, technically.
So so then Milwaukee would be the second best home team in the East.
so.
The Heat's right there. That's what I meant.
But 22-3. You're getting it done at home. You're getting it done at home.
7. They have to be tied for something at the best.
That's just the difference. I mean, you look at Boston, 15-10 on the road. You look at Toronto, 19-7 on the road. Okay, so you look at them two teams. There's the difference. You know, if you go and say, what do we play? 9-19. So you had 3 more wins than that. You're still right in the mix. That's what drives you crazy. You don't got to be dominant on the road. You just can't be 9-19. I think them splits supposedly are the worst in NBA history. Like no team's ever had a split that far apart from each other, home and away, which is pretty amazing.
Well, if
But it doesn't happen. You either stink or you're good.
Yeah, if this was the MLB, they'd be accused of stealing signs.
Oh yeah,
That's how drastic it is.
I wonder what we got going on.
We're banging trash can lids for sure.
Are these rims regulation size?
That's why Corky shoots so well.
Fucking Gene Hackman's out there with a tape measure.
We got
The fuck is it? Yeah, it is.
The ball's
rims
got-
only.
the
That's
ball's
only
like
10 feet high.
The ball's got more air in it.
Magnets.
It's not deflate gate, it's inflate gate.
We got magnetic basketballs.
Oh my god. Wow, we'll take that call.
Was he inside though? Who else was he inside the paint?
Hopefully, because I think that was
He's
a
hurt.
charge and a half.
He's hurt. He looks paralyzed.
Okay, we just stop at paralyzed. Joe's down. Panic starts. He's moving a little bit. He's just sideways. You're not going to get the call sideways. You're never going to get the call. You never get the call sideways, bro. Come on.
And that's ballsy.
You'll never get the call
call that
sideways.
sideways?
If you're
Would
gonna,
you
if
call
you're
that
gonna,
sideways?
He turned his shoulder a
Did you
little bit
see it
in.
right there?
Go watch it again. I'll rewind it for you, okay?
if you're gonna
So I
take
love
that
when
hit
you,
and get
I'm a
called,
first trick pony.
if you're the defender and you're gonna take that hit and not get the charge, just get out of the way.
Saw it live.
But that's a big man coming down.
Watch it again. Watch it again. Watch his shoulder turn a little bit. It'll happen. It's coming.
I thought your feet just had to be planted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the way it looks to
But
officials
they let you do that now.
in real time, it looks to officials like he's still moving.
Did we miss it?
Yep.
Did we not go far enough back?
Did I not go far enough back there? I feel like I was scrolling well.
Eye test.
Weak scroll.
Well, I got it right the first time. I think I need to.
I got it right. He said he got it right live. Was on it live, he said.
Well, we go all the way back here. What do you do?
We can watch it live again. I just think it's a bang bang call.
See the shoulder turn a little bit from his angle.
It's close.
From the guy who's making the call, it looks like it's a move. It looks like he's still moving.
He blew that dude up.
Yeah, well, he took 2 big time charges the other night. See the shoulder? A little bit. I'm not saying it's the right call.
Is that
I'm telling you
Thad
from
Young?
yeah, I'm
That's
telling you
Thad
from,
Young.
Is
from
that
his
Thad?
angle.
Is that our guy?
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus?
From that angle. That's all I was saying. Like
Grit. The grit out of you.
Just hit exit. It'll go back
Dad.
to live.
Thanks, Greg.
You're welcome.
Guy knows TVs.
Just helping you out.
12-4, Ron.
You know this happens every time we play Chicago. It's tight. We're gonna be like upset while this game's going on.
So Ryan Knoll just not happy.
Ollie.
Not happy. Says Ben and Joe will never win a championship together. Do you guys agree
I think
or
he actually
disagree with
deleted
that
that
statement?
comment because I went to comment on it and it said it was deleted.
Wow.
But I'm glad we saw it.
Wow.
Glad we saw
Delete
it.
gate.
Wow.
Delete gate out of Knoll.
What's going on Audubon? They stealing signs too? That's a sign-stealing move right there.
Don't you start that kind of shit.
I'll never start that kind of shit. I'm just joking with my guy.
It's the only reason you were so good.
Stop, Greg.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, defensive first baseman. He calls himself.
We could tell
Guy
you
calls
every,
himself defensive
we
first
could tell
baseman.
Triton
It's like,
every
no,
pitch
I'm a
that's
defensive
being
catcher.
thrown.
Well, if you're back there starting, you're probably pretty good
couldn't hit
defensively.
it.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
you're playing first base, you should be able to pick it. You can't be a defensive first baseman. Like, I never heard that in the history of hearing it. Like, what are you, Rico Bronya? You know what I mean? Like,
How's my
I just pick it.
Greg, how's my headset? Good?
Yeah, you good?
All right.
You
His
need more?
volume's a little low to me.
I feel like I could hear him, like, even like, he sound like the same. Just
Now he's louder to me.
I jacked him a little bit.
Oh, Noel says it's up there. Relax.
oh,
He jacked him a little bit.
Bill Middlebrook says that he will be hosting the Sixers in round 1.
Just a couple little jacks.
Could be, Bill. I mean, I as of right now, they are. So we'll see how it all finishes out. But
We'll beat the Heat, too.
I think we can beat them. I mean, I think
We would beat them.
You know, we played them real good on the road the last time, not this previous time, but the time before that when we went to OT with them.
Yeah, we should have won that.
Should have won that game. Now this game we had no right winning because you like Sweep said, you up 137. You should walk home.
We smoked them.
You should really
too,
walk
though.
home.
That's the game I was at. The only game I went to all year. Apparently, I should go to more. Was we were beating the Heat by like 46 at halftime.
Yep.
It was spectacular.
I'm not as scared because we match up well with them essentially.
Oh no, we'll beat the Heat. I told you. I'm not worried about the Heat. I'm much more worried. I don't want to see Toronto. For some reason, they just have a thing against us.
They have a thing against
And
everybody.
they're well coached.
They're very well coached.
It's not just against us. It seems like they're beating everybody.
But Joe never plays well against them, and
No.
To think that we're going to win a fucking series without Joe playing well is just that's not going to happen.
Gasol and Ibaka just own Joe.
Yeah, it's
specifically Gasol.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is strange. It really is.
It's like these guys, and Joe's such a dominant force.
But the funny thing,
but
they
then
don't
the
own
guys
him at home. They own him in Toronto.
He's a dominant force, but then the guys that body him, he shies away from it, which I'd like him to just go into it. I'd like him to just fucking take over. Like he's got moments, like we said, even in the past couple games where we haven't played well, he's had stretches where you're like, that's dominant.
There he is.
That's dominant Joe.
Well, at the end of
but he's been fading
the
away.
end of Milwaukee, or maybe the third quarter-ish, he was so bad in the first half, it was atrocious. And then it sort of seemed like he got a little bit of energy, even though he wasn't good. I'm not like saying, but there was a little bit of stretch there where you're like, okay, there's a little, you know what I mean? Where the game was essentially done.
He
but
showed effort.
there's like, okay, you're still fighting. I can, I just hate the people that like want to call him like a quitter. Like I never try to buy into
He's
what
got quitter tendencies.
I never try to buy in sometimes. So like, I know what perception is, and I get that, but like, I don't try to get into a guy's head too often. Like, this guy doesn't want to be here. Like that move. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to win.
Like right
You know
there.
what I mean? All the guys talk about is
Right there's a prime example. Shoot the ball. There's 1 second left
Who
when
was
you
open?
catch it.
Who?
Joe caught it and just didn't shoot the ball. There's 2 seconds left in the half. What are you doing?
So up 5 at half. Which again, listen, it's just you just want wins. It's a lot easier to deal with. I don't need you to roll them today. I just need you to win.
Yeah, I don't care what they win by. Just
I'm
win.
not in that game anymore. I was early on. And as we've gone through a 5-5 in our last 10, I'm just like, hey, can we just get dubs? Especially when we're talking about what we need to do to catch, say, a Boston. I would love a 3 seed. Please, can you get me to a 3 seed? Because honestly, how can I sit here and hold on to my preseason and a lot of our preseason expectations if you're coming out in a 5 seed? It changes my whole thing. And I think the other thing that I'll be guilty of is I didn't think the East was going to be as good. I really didn't. I didn't think the East was going to be as good as it is. The East is really good. Now, not that the West is still loaded up, but the East is really good. A lot better than a lot of us thought. I mean, Boston's better than we thought they were going to be, in a way. Like Jaylen Brown took a big-time leap to where he was last year.
Tatum's taking a big time.
No, I already know what Tatum is. I'm talking about guys that are sort of under the radar there. Like, I think when I was talking about Boston.
He kind of didn't look great last year, though, Tatum. He kind of took a step back, but he's been better. He leaped forward this year.
Yeah.
I still like Brown
really
better.
well.
I'm still a Jaylen Brown guy, to me.
I think Tatum's better than Brown, and Marcus Smart is just a tough-nosed motherfucker.
Yep.
I mean, they're extremely well coached. So, they're good. Toronto's better than I thought they would be. I'll say that. I thought losing Kawhi is going to hurt them more than it has.
Yeah.
I do like some guys on that team, though.
That's why I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's why they're so well coached. I mean, you think Kawhi walks out the door, they didn't even miss a beat.
They're going to make a fucking statue of him.
Crazy.
He comes in, he wins the title, and leaves.
And now all they're going to do is win.
Yeah, and they're still winning.
Oh, the other one, too, is Miami. I mean, I like Tyler Hero, but let's be real. Like, we didn't think Tyler Hero was going to light the world on fire rookie year.
Well, Bam has
emerged.
emerged.
Robinson, the kid from Michigan who just strokes everything. Every time he gets the ball, he strokes.
Bam's
Bam.
yeah.
Probably an argument for most improved player. You could probably make an argument most improved player in the league.
And I've always liked Dragic.
Oh, always.
Great off the bench, Dragic.
Yeah,
to get buckets and just running offense.
And who am I missing? I mean,
it's a shame.
Obviously,
Jimmy
Jimmy's the obvious one. But I'm talking about guys that we didn't expect so quick, essentially, to take jumps.
Kendrick Nunn.
Another
guy
another
out of
puppy.
Yeah,
another puppy
playing well.
Yeah. It's a shame that we
Now
had
they got
Dragic so early.
Yeah, Gallinari scares me more than Iggy does for them. Like that doesn't scare me as much if they got both or if it was the other one and not Iggy. Like just because. No, it didn't go through. Thank God.
It did not.
Thank
go
God.
through.
All right, yeah.
Thank God. You know what I mean? I was praying.
Gallo can get
They don't need
buckets.
another guy that's going to stretch us the hell out and just stroke city
I
on
like
us.
Gallo.
Because they don't miss shots against us.
Gallo gets buckets.
At least the 137, like they didn't miss a shot. I mean, literally.
Well, when I'm at the game,
Disney.
they don't hit shots against us. So apparently, if I have to go to,
You gotta go. We gotta get you in.
We gotta get tickets.
It's bigger than our accounts.
Legitimately, they legitimately did not hit any shots. I had a great time. I was trashed, and I was trashing Kelly Olynyk.
I always disagree with Bill, but
Kelly Olynyk.
I like Jaylen Brown more because Jaylen, like we talk about like smooth players, like everything looks like it comes really natural to him. It's Jaylen Brown. Like we were joking in a way the other night. Me and Greg were talking, and I'm like, so if you look around the league and you just forget numbers, right? Forget all that. If you just look at pure smoothness of a guy, like Jaylen reminds me.
Dame.
If you watch his game, like if you're comparing like just like their offensive style, reminds me a little bit at times of Kobe. Just the smoothness, like the fadeaways. He's not Kobe, you understand? But we were just talking about like when you watch a guy, you're like, yeah, he's got a lot of similarities in terms of his offensive game. It looks like you watched a lot of Kobe highlights growing up from being a California kid. But I always just had a thing for Jaylen Brown. I just thought he was going to be good. I never liked Tatum. I don't like Duke guys. They can kiss my ass. I don't care how good you're going to be. I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like it. I think Brown's the better player. Bill, you can debate it all day with me. To me, I think Jaylen Brown, when it's all said and done, will be the better player. He found a little dog this year. He's got a little more killer to me, and his numbers are essentially better. Like his field goal percentage is better. I think his 3-point percentage is better. So if you look at that side of it too, he's having a better year. Didn't make the All-Star team. I don't really care about that, but I just think that's the guy who scares me with them.
Well, that's what we're missing. You used a key word there. We're missing dogs. All right. I mean, there's guys, and we won it in the offseason. There's no going back. I mean, hindsight's 20/20. But we love Marcus Smart, like that guy like that. You know what I mean?
We're thinking of him a Raul.
That's Pat Beverly. I mean, not to beat the drum. I'm just saying, there's guys.
Sweet,
that's why I love that Clipper team.
That
Clipper team's full guys with chips on their shoulders.
Pat
dogs,
Beverly,
guys that'll
Pat
muck
Beverly
it up,
would
man.
have put a
Guys
punch
muck it
and
up.
beat in the face by now. Because a couple games of him not showing effort, and Beverly would have hit him.
Yeah.
We'd have the whole different issue.
Why, Bill? Why do you got to tell me a guy's age? I don't care that he's 21, Tatum. I'm talking about Brown.
First off, Jaylen Brown's probably 24.
I like Jaylen Brown. I like his game. I like how smooth it all comes to him. Like if you
How
watch
old's
him,
Jaylen Brown, he can't be that much older.
23, 24,
He can't be that much older.
if that.
Under 25.
Like I like Tatum, but I don't. To me, I'm just talking about smoothness. That's all I was comparing it to.
I think Tatum's
And
Tatum's better than Brown.
And let me calm down.
I think Jaylen Brown's a good player.
He's not Kobe. I wasn't comparing him to Kobe. I was just talking about like when it all first happened. I was like, what player in the league, like smoothness wise?
Dame Lillard to me.
Yeah, but size wise, it's more of a better fit with Brown in that comparison. I was looking more like that 2-guard small forward type guy, more that 6'5" plus guy. And to me, his smoothness. That's all I'm saying. He'll never be at that level ever. But I was just saying, like, who reminds you a little bit when you watch him? Like his dunks, you know what I mean? And he's getting more aggressive. I'm not going to blow the kid. I hate the fucking Celtics. But I like him out of all them guys. Like that's always been that one guy I didn't hate on the Celtics. And I hate everybody on him. But he's the one guy I'm like, I actually like his game a little bit.
Yeah,
I hate Boston.
he'll be
Me too.
24.
I'm sorry for that.
Pricks.
He'll be 24, so he's 23.
Bunch of pricks up in Boston. I don't like
Bill,
all that.
Bill, I love just – you're a Celtics fan and you're wrong. You know what I mean? That's what I love about you. Celtics fan, wrong again.
He'll be 24 in October.
Imagine if
Brown?
BC would have
So
drafted
he's
Tatum
23?
instead of Fultz.
Are we making a 21 versus 23 argument?
Sounded like it.
And Tatum's what? I mean, 21. He's probably almost 22. So we're talking 2 years here.
And Bill, you know what, Jesse? Jesse Nichols talking about Joe in the playoffs.
Tatum's will be 22 in March. He's right behind him.
It's fucking 2 years. It's fucking a year and a half.
March 3rd, 1998. That's
So,
fantastic.
and he's talking about Joe in the playoffs,
Like 3
Jesse.
weeks.
And that's all been my thing. Like and not even an excuse, because you got to learn how to figure out the regular season, right, and not look ahead. But I said from day one with his comments, I feel like this guy's he's looking already to the playoffs. And as a young guy, you got to be careful with that kind of shit. Veterans can get away with that and cruise control at times, but it's not that mindset didn't work for you. And he even said the other day, I got to start having more fun on the court. I got to go back to being sort of the goofy guy and laughing and going back to how I played my best game. He said, I wanted to come in this year and I wanted to almost have that Jimmy look. It's sort of what he was saying, like I'm just tough all the time. You know, my facial expressions are always going to be mean. I'm going to play the game
Unless
mean.
Kawhi's guarding him.
You don't understand what I'm saying? So he's like, I got to go back to just having fun playing the game, like, and not try to come in and try to be something and like, oh, I'm going to be this tough guy. And you know what I mean? So he's just trying to be different this year. Just go be who you are, bro. We talked about with social media. Go tweet. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, I'm fine with
I
that.
don't care. I don't care. If it makes you play better, then do it. Whatever makes you play better, go do it. If you're laughing and having a good time and that's what gets you to play well, do it. If you talk shit to everybody, that's why I loved Kobe so much at the end, because he really brought back the not liking the guy across from you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to like you inside that 48 minutes. When the game's over, we can hug it out and exchange jerseys. But inside the game, I'm not supposed to like you.
No.
I mean, that's how I grew up playing.
Absolutely.
You can be my best friend. I'm coming up cleats up, coming in the second. You know what I mean? Like, you can be my boy. I might even make a little saliva at the end.
Oh, absolutely.
To see how you like it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But
It shouldn't affect how you play, but yeah.
No, but-
they feel like they're two buddies nowadays, yeah.
and I just think
the whole league's
this isn't
too buddy-buddy.
this isn't defense. I just think he like looked way too ahead. Like that 28 bounce was still stuck in his head where he couldn't get it out. Where he's like, I just want to win a championship. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be more physical and play all the time.
Can he just turn the switch on?
That's the question. I don't know. Nobody has that answer. And the thing is, when you're a young guy,
I'd say it leans
say
more
no.
towards no. Yeah.
yeah, I'm more of a 50-50 with it because I just don't know. Because I don't know how not engaged he is. I'm not hearing him. I can tell what it looks like at times. It looks like it doesn't. You know, when you struggle, automatically the first thing everybody's going to go to is this guy's not locked in.
Well,
and rightfully so
He hasn't
sometimes.
looked locked in,
I
though.
get you. I'm right with you. I'm not running from that at all. You're right.
Especially how you said,
You're right.
In the playoffs, everything slows down. It's a half-court offense. Like, our half-court offense sucks.
Yeah, it stinks.
So, that's where I'm saying. That's where we got to see what happens these next.
That's why we got to play defense.
2 months.
We got to play
see what
defense and
happens.
get out and run. That's when we're at our best.
if
We
we're
need
able
to
to
play
gel.
defense well so we can get out and run. Transition. We have probably the best transition player in basketball. Maybe. I mean, LeBron still might be, but maybe the second best.
But I'm just messing with you when I say you're wrong. I mean, come on. Have a debate. Have a good time. So, Sixers up 5 at half.
They'll win by 7. It'll be all right.
And our poll question, Sixers will beat the Clippers on Tuesday, so sort of a little look ahead. Do you agree or disagree that? And you guys want to talk about that for
Is
the
that
next
at
couple
home?
minutes? Yes.
Yes.
Robinson 4 points.
What sucks? So wait, do the Clippers play on Monday?
That's a great
Better
question.
hope for a back-to-back.
Because if it's a back-to-back, Kawhi or Paul George won't play one of them, which would be awesome.
I'm right here,
Monday
too.
they're off.
Damn, that's upsetting. Okay, so we're gonna see the Clips then.
I think they just got boat raced though by
Well,
Minnesota.
they're playing somebody right now, probably.
Cavs.
No, they play the Cavs at 7:30
Yep.
Okay.
Sunday, Tuesday.
Oh, Andre Drummond.
yeah, they
Well, so
lost.
I can't believe Andre Drummond. I gotta wait on that. That's gonna be at the end.
Save
of
it.
Well, we'll say that for the end of the show.
They lost,
I can't believe that.
They lost to the Timberwolves 142-115 the other night.
Was that D'Lo's first game?
Last night, yeah.
Did he play though?
I feel like he had to for them to for
They
142.
both played and had 50 between them, 29 and 21, and they got absolutely doored.
No, Russell didn't play.
No,
No,
Rob-
I'm talking
D'Angelo
about Leonard
didn't
and
play.
Jordan. I'm talking about
No,
Leonard.
I was just wondering
Oh, yeah.
how they boat raced them with
Well, it's
D'Angelo.
because the T. It's because I told you. Because D'Angelo's in town. Cat was already. He got out of the bath like, woo, my boy's coming.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna hold dicks.
14 from Hernan Gomez, 22 from Towns, 24 from McLaughlin, 23 from Beasley.
Oh, Hernan Gomez.
Sarah McLaughlin with 24.
Yeah, I think we
from
win Tuesday.
Okogie.
I think we go on.
Michael Beasley signed?
I think we have a 3-game winning streak
Is
going
that
in.
Michael Beasley?
Going
No.
Yeah, when I looked at it too, I didn't want to be the one to say it. I'm like, is he
saw
back?
Beasley, and I'm like,
I was like, no fucking way, that's Michael
Coronavirus.
Beasley.
Coronavirus. He was in China for a while. Don't let him in. I want him in the locker room.
it said shooting guard, or I would have said Mike. Or I would have said Michael.
That's the
Beasley.
first thing I thought of when I seen it.
They just got Beasley too, right? Yeah, from Denver.
So I think, honestly, I
like Beasley. He can score it. That's a guy.
7
I didn't
triples.
realize he was available. I would have loved to get some Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley can score it a little bit.
So our last game is obviously
7 triples.
Tuesday before the break. So to me, it's a big game for us because going 3-0 into the break after going 0-4 on the road would be a big bounce back for this team. You know, we talk about a response. That's why I thought that Memphis game was such a real good win. I know it's Memphis. I know people want to say, oh, they're not that. What? I don't care. It's the NBA, and it's about
Wins are wins.
You got your ass handed. You
Memphis been playing well.
Yeah,
too.
you got your ass handed. You 4 straight games. Got your doors blown off, right? Okay, it's easy to quit. We talk about it all the time. It's easy to come not show up, but they did it. They came and took care of business. So that's why I still hold out hope that they can get to that end goal and become an Eastern Conference Finals team. That's all. I mean, you know, we talk about chips. Let them fall where they fall if they get there. But it's just it's hard to it'd be hard to quit on a team that too is what 11 games over 500, right? Is that where we are? 11 games over.
Yes.
12 we win today. Like people out there like the Sixers suck. No, dude, the Warriors suck. You know, I can go on a list of teams that suck. We don't suck. We're just not playing up to expectations. There's a difference. Like if we were 4 games over 500, you can maybe start throwing the S word in. You know what I mean? But you can't say sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
Suns suck.
I can show you suck. You want to
Spurs-
start the early on in the
Spurs
process?
suck, which
That
is
sucked.
surprising.
When Tony Roten was our best player, we sucked. Okay? When Mike Carter-Williams was our best player, no offense to my Q guys, we sucked. Besides the first game against LeBron.
John Coyle.
Where we all thought we were
Facebook-
going to the finals. Like, oh
Kawhi-
my God.
John Coyle on Facebook. Kawhi's out tonight for the Clippers,
Is out tonight.
so you know he's definitely playing on Tuesday.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Smart move by them. I mean, if you're going to hold him out one, hold him out that one.
Man.
Well, they
We'll
don't-
love a little whiz. We'll love a little whiz wet.
Well, they played. They played yesterday, right?
Maybe not clear
So
me
that's
out.
why.
I need something to clear me out. I
It's a
can't
back-to-back.
freaking breathe.
He sits out back to backs.
I need the family to chime in on some stuff to help you breathe when you can't breathe. 'Cause I haven't been able to breathe in a week.
Stronger immune.
Yeah, thanks. working on that one.
Maybe some soup. I don't
Or
know.
I can tell you what Greg did. The Greg story today is the best one. So we're sitting here at 6:10. I said, dude, no mellows?
Oh.
I thought at this.
Oh, wow.
He goes, well, I thought I wasn't going to have one today. So I forget what he said.
No mellow. What's
I said,
going on?
I said, dude, we've been having mellows every
No
show.
mellow.
He goes, what did you say when you left?
Pressured
You were
into
saying,
one, huh?
you were like, well, oh my
At
God.
least take your car.
I've
the
had,
guy
a lot,
starting
I've had
to
a lot
die
of
in?
mellow. I was like, I'm just trying to reset the body a
I
little
said,
bit.
you're going to need 365 days and no mellow to even consider resetting that body. That's just the start. You know what I mean? I said, you're talking reset. Go get the mellow. I said, we can't do a show without mellow. It's been our thing for so long. I said, both guys got sniffles going on. We need the extra juice right
Guy
now.
talk-
That's
Talk him
probably
into-
why you guys
guy
are just
talk
filled
him
with
into-
mellow.
I only drink for a show, for any. This is shows. I don't drink mellow like on the side like he does.
I mean, that's a lot of mellow.
That's a large.
Oh, I understand what
one-
it's 4 to 4 ounces.
That
is.
one thing of mellow is more mellow than I've drank my entire life.
Yeah.
And you drink it every show.
Yep.
That's a lot. It's a lot of mellow.
That's a vast.
Open
We're not
open
going
up
to
your
talk.
palate.
We're not going to talk about his mellow, okay, intake. Okay,
No, he bleeds mellow.
He's fucking straight right here,
Fucking,
coursing through my veins.
fucking yellow pours out.
There's Al. I didn't think Al blocked the shot all year.
Yeah, well, there it was.
Good to have you.
Third.
Hit it. Nope.
Off.
Good board. Oh,
Hit your
thought he
neck.
ripped that over like 5 guys.
You had that pom pom up, buddy. You were ready to go there.
You know me.
You know
It's my guy. And I got money on the Sixers, so it's a double win. What am I going to say? He's not my guy?
No,
He's my guy. I don't run from it.
We're with you, Dad.
You don't got to see the dad, what drives me crazy. And that makes it seem like he's not your guy.
It's true.
So now he's not your guy. Keep the same energy
No,
in
well,
playoff time.
Ben's
then.
my guy. We know this.
Well, Ben's my guy too.
I know. I love Joe.
I love both of them. I really do.
Nope. I've started it up. Can't love both.
Oh my God! You're the problem with this. You're the problem. You're the reason these two are going to be divided.
Yep.
You're the reason Ben's going to be playing in freaking L.A.
No, it's not.
Oh, yep. You keep doing this shit. Better lock it up.
Joe
All right?
will be hurt and gone by then.
Stop, dude. Would you talk this shit into existence? It happens.
How would you stop it?
There's his ankle right there.
I
Shit.
can't help it if he can't stay on the court.
Couple quick things.
Wow.
Medicals,
You really
medicals are done. The trade in the MLB is official.
again.
Yeah, Jeter Downs.
Tyler Johnson was waived by the Suns. And
Shocker.
Darren Collison is not returning, staying retired.
Wow.
DC.
Got up and down the court a little bit and said, that's not for me, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't even think about coming back.
The contract's offered one for him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I'm smelling that one. Oh, vet
Yeah,
minimum.
I don't think anybody was beating his door down, so that's probably, yeah.
I think the Lakers were the only ones talking about him.
Little vet men.
What they probably were like, we'll get, you want to play 7 minutes a night? Yeah.
I love it. There's a little text thread going on inside the live, talking little fly guys. Yeah. I love everything. Christian, Carroll, and Pove. Christian, I hope everything's
Fly
good,
guys,
brother.
Fly guys have been
I
playing
saw that you
good
were in the
puck.
hospital with a little scare. We're sending our prayers to you, and hopefully all the tests came back good, brother.
Yeah, Christian was asking who the Flyers would who should they trade for at the deadline, and Rob thankfully
that get
jumped
through?
in and took over that conversation.
The elbow. We were talking elbows earlier.
No,
now you can hit for your
I
fucking
like,
elbow.
I like him
Big win
stepping
last
in,
night,
but
though,
he's
for
got to
the
make
Fly
it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Greg.
I love, first off, the Fly guys were straight fucking last night. That was impressive.
This is happening now.
Steamroll.
Now we're
that
down
was a
one.
steamroll.
Now we're down one.
You knew this is coming. I told you we're going to be upset.
This is what happens,
We're on live.
This is what happens when we look ahead during break. We looked ahead. We looked ahead to the poll question.
You know what we're doing.
Take it strong. Look at him get his own board.
There
Such
you
a pimp.
go. Do
Such a
that
pimp
all
inside.
That's
game.
hard to do.
Pretty
That's
pretty
hard to
tough.
do.
I
That's
can't even do it on a Fisher.
That's hard to do in taps.
I can't even do it on a Fisher Price net.
Just if us four.
On me on the
Did he
grass.
stay in the air the whole time while I did that?
Us
Yeah,
three
it's
go
pretty
down and
impressive.
play taps. That's hard to do. Got did it in traffic.
Now the Bulls aren't
Now,
going to miss.
now you got to put
Now we're
Ben.
gonna
You
play
got to
this
put
game.
Ben on him
Exactly.
because you don't
Still
want
like
him
that
getting
Magic
hot.
game I went to last year, Jimmy's first game. I'm telling you, they still haven't missed. Terrence Ross is still hitting shots from Universal.
Terrence Ross.
That game.
Terrence Ross gets hot.
Oh, Adam Levine's killing us. Right
And we traded Fultz for the one guy who didn't play that
Oh.
game. Good
Go.
scouting.
Better make it. You're just fucking standing over there. You better make it.
Standing over there so that guy can get to the rim.
Joe's stuck under the net with it. I need him to cut in. Or Ben.
All right, now
Jesus.
down 3. Timeout called.
Eh, good start in the second half here for the boys. Jesus Christmas.
Not the start we were looking
Luke
for.
Cornett is dunking.
Wow.
Luke Cornett.
You want to say that one more time for the people out there? Who missed it? This is what happens, too. Like, we get a little
This
giddy.
thing on?
I start talking a little ahead of myself, and the Bulls are going to come in here and beat us, and then I'm going to rip people. Don't let this happen, because I don't feel up to it, but I'll do 6 crumbs in a day.
Start of the show.
Yeah, after the show, there'll be 25 crumbs, because I'll point out everybody in the organization. You lose this game at home. All right? I can deal with some of your road woes to a point. I can't deal with you giving away games at home to a team that isn't even close to your level. All right? So Brett Pepper saying the same shit in the huddle. This is why they can't give me media credentials.
Luke Cornett. That's a Vandy guy.
They can't give me media
That's a
credentials. That's the
Vandy.
problem.
That's a smart man right there, Cornett.
Luke Cornett.
That's a Vandy guy, right?
I would ask the greatest questions in the
think.
locker room, too.
The fact that I knew
Vandy
his
or
first name
Iowa?
was Luke was pretty solid there,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
nice
huh?
job by you. That's the Vandy or Iowa, but I think it's Vandy.
I was going to say Purdue, but I wasn't
Ah,
sure.
yeah, okay.
I have no idea. It's something like that, though.
I think Vandy.
Could be Iowa, could be Vandy. He's like a big Midwestern
Purdue
farm
definitely-
boy.
Purdue definitely had a Cornett, I think, though. But I don't know if it was Luke.
It's not James Cornette from the WWE, is it?
Can we get it? Can we point to you for stats, stat boy? Luke Cornett, where is he at? Where is he from?
I don't know. I feel like he's like, what, college?
Yeah, that's
Well, I
what
feel like,
yeah.
like a Michigan in my head. Like a Big
I
Ten.
think he's a Van B boy.
I feel like he's a Big Tenner. Could be wrong.
I think him and Kramer are hanging out with the Van B boys.
What, Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
Vandy.
Oh,
Wow.
let's go.
Nailed her. Christian Carroll says, just so you guys know, I'm literally sitting in the grocery store parking lot waiting for my wife, listening to you guys. Priorities. Love it, brother. Love it.
Absolutely.
And for the family that misses this and wants to, to replay, if you're into the podcast game and it's easier that way for you, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and iTunes. We're everywhere. Subscribe, like, follow, whatever the case may be.
Subscribe, it'll pop
And
up.
obviously everywhere you're at now. The only place that doesn't stay is Instagram. We can't help you over
The
there.
old Academy socks. I got them, buddy.
Oh, yeah,
Brutal.
it's the turf.
Brutal.
Turf sticking.
Wintertime. Oh. It's
Which I
worse.
explained that to the
Wintertime,
kids.
It's the worst.
They're like, why does it stick? I said, it doesn't stick in the spring. And they're like, really? And I'm like, it's the winter. It's weird.
It's awful.
They're like, old turf? And I'm like, no, it's just turf sticks. It's weird.
Brutal.
Like, I keep forgetting about it and then, like, coming inside, and it's all over the place. Yeah. All over. My old bathroom in Mount Ephraim, because it would be, like, the first place I would go to, like, I would get unchanged in there. Just so all all the turf stayed in the bathroom.
Well, I get changed like Mr. Rogers. I slip into my slides after I'm done.
If you're done?
Just because I hate, I love slides. I don't care if it's fucking 40 out.
I'm a
But
slide
mostly just to bang the shoes out, just to.
because it gets caught in everywhere.
It's brutal.
It doesn't even come out in the wash.
It's awful.
That's the crazy thing.
That's what. See,
Yeah.
That's his shot, Wills.
that's a smart play. You go to what your best thing is when you need a bucket. We don't do enough of that.
No, we don't. That's a good play call out of the timeout. Go to your best player. So I said, my whole thing.
Get to your spot.
My
make
whole thing
your
with
shot.
Brett at times is just
And Ben's covering Levine.
not running
That's what we
your
gotta do.
offense through Joel at times. That's my only issue with Brett at times. Like, I need my offense ran through this guy, dude. Like, run it through him. Get him the ball right there. Let him have first touch. Now let it go through him. That's it. If he don't shoot it and he dishes it out, fine. But I want that. I need that. That creates some space.
I want that.
I was just going to say, want it, need it,
I need
have it.
that.
That's it.
Gotta have that.
If you don't get your look you like, because it's early in the clock, you get him to him within 20 seconds of the clock, right? Now, if he don't get the look he likes, you're still talking about probably 14 seconds, 10 seconds, depending on what it is. They still get a look like you just had right there. Just run it through him every possession.
Tom, I mean, I don't
That's
want.
it. First touch.
I don't want to play parrot on your shoulder here, but I've been saying this for 2 years.
Polly
If
needs
we're
a
not
cracker.
in transition, we should do that every fucking time.
Every play.
We're
Every
in
time.
half court.
And I know
Every
everybody
time.
out there agrees because I read it in groups. I read it on people's posts. And like
Polly need a
Sweep said, yeah, he saw the stat too. Like he leads the league, like Joel leads the league in post-ups. But sometimes you're like, does he? You know what I mean? Because you're watching it. You don't, it might happen a bunch, but
You gotta also remember that there's no centers in the league, so you gotta factor that in. Who's posting up?
there's still
Andre-
centers in the league.
I know it's a joke, but
I know
but-
where you're
but
going with it, but
it's
yeah.
semi-serious though.
Don't let Houston fool you too.
Andre, no,
Another
They're not
second round-
fooling me.
another second
They're not
round
fooling me.
exit.
They might
And
not
then
even make it out of the first.
Every ankle in his body after that three. Look, he'll get it picked. He'll get picked.
Pass the
Dude,
ball.
I can't stand it. He's saying
That's a yerp.
What's his name? It's
European.
It's not marketing,
it's
so
not
I don't know who it is.
now our Europeans in. Game time. Is Fark running point right now? New wrinkle, shoot it. Fark from the logo.
He did the other night, too, against Memphis. He was handling the ball.
All
a
right,
little bit
take him,
more.
Ben. It's out of bounds.
My guess that was Sadorowski.
Oh, my God.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Tomas.
Sadorowski.
Tomas?
Sadorowski.
Sorry, my name's Tom, and no Tomas should be pump faking you like that in the NBA.
Without the ball, like Willie said.
Yeah.
You turned it over, and then you fell for that.
That's
Doing.
impressive. Tobias. I mean, we need Tobias to be better, but he just has not been good enough.
No.
He hasn't.
Need it.
Now we knew that we had to pay him.
Ooh.
We always said we had to pay him, but he needs to be better, and he has not been good enough.
That's when numbers lie to you again, too. Like his numbers would tell you he's having
Well-
a good year.
No, not very good.
They're hollow.
You understand? That's what I'm
Very
saying.
hollow.
That's what I'm saying. They're lies. They're lies if you watch. That's about like
He hasn't
hey,
hit a big
how many
shot ever.
Yes, thank you. Hey Parrot, I'm Parrot on your ear now. I'm Parrot on your shoulder because I like it's the JJ Redick effect.
Crackers.
Like you're a
Whoa,
great three-point shooter,
Corky.
but how many times do you actually hit it?
He's playing deep. This guy,
Bang! A Turkish delight!
Corky's out of his mind.
Turkish delight!
Guy's playing defense, and then he just pulled from 30.
Best Turkish player of all time. Let's go.
Let's talk turkey.
Maybe a late vote in for the All-Star weekend.
Another terrible pass.
How's he not in a three-point shootout?
Give it a- how's
he not?
The kid's hot! Bang!
Somebody get him in.
Woo, he's got it up.
Hold it on.
He's got it up. He's got it up. That's awesome.
Confident building.
That just made my night.
John Coyle, the Turkish Mamba is on fire.
Turkish Mamba. I love it. JJ Korkmaz. That's what I love when Brett
Steal.
said that the other night. That's just phenomenal.
What a
to me.
give back by Ben, though. I love that. There. I like that little touching. I like that little
Yeah,
touch.
right back to him.
Right
Yeah.
back to
You're
him.
hot.
Give him.
Hit
Give
that.
him.
You know the guy needs oven mitts right there.
Yeah.
You give it right back to him, right? You
He's
get oven mitts. Let's
He's
go.
oven mitts. That's why I love it.
NBA champ. The ball's on fire.
Well, why do you guys think Landry loves his shoot now? You know, because Ben used to get all over him. Like, shoot the ball. Shoot the ball. And then once, and he helped grow his confidence real quick. Or Landry, we love Landry.
Well,
Here,
that's
you know what I mean?
We always talk about Ben shooting, but the one thing is like we need him to be less. Like he's too You know, he's too passive. He's too much like wants to, we should get the perfect shot every time. When we do want you to just pull a couple just so they know, okay, he's willing to do it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, it's he's
elbow jumper.
We need him to be a little more selfish.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been calling for that for a while. You know, aggressive, a little bit of selfish. There's a ton of bad shots going around the NBA.
Yeah,
so
they're
why
all
not,
over.
Why not just have some?
Yeah.
Why not just have some, Ben?
Fucking Joe and Tobias shoot 4 a game each.
You know what I mean?
You could take 2 of them.
They're growing on trees, buddy. So you might. As
And
well
guess
fucking
what? When
blend
he
in.
shot the ball, it hasn't looked bad.
No.
That's so fucking just bullshit.
And the crazy thing, Wilson and Sweepsy, if you look at it, guys, his free throw percentage has been really good.
It's getting better.
So it's like
during
it's
that
there.
during that stretch when Joe was out and he was carrying us, all right, he was getting to the line, double-digit times.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I don't
that's
wanna talk
what
about
we're
that
asking.
stretch.
That's
We
what we're
looked-
asking for.
Who tried
pretty
to
well in that
Mid
stretch.
70s the last 10 games.
And it
or
was-
who,
Yeah,
who
76,
tried
76.
the hack
And
at
he was
Ben?
getting there 10 to 15 times.
Gold State.
The Golden State tried to hack a bet
Yeah.
on him, and he went down
And
there
he's
and
just
kept
like,
hitting him.
nope, nope.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I was like, okay, that ends that real quick.
And he was getting there 10 to
The whole league. It ends it for the whole league.
10 to 15 times, and that's what we want, man.
Well, if he's shooting 75%, they ain't gonna hack him.
No, the hack ends real quick. So what we're going to do, we'll take a break. On our side, we'll continue our live reactions. We'll talk a little, where our expectations are for this basketball team now, where we think they get to on the other side. Talk a little about the XFL returns, because it returns in a big way, obviously, because I can just read all the people's comments on the social and on the book specifically, and people
Game
are
last
loving
night
it.
was pretty good.
People are loving it, and we got a crumb in a week like we do all the time, and we'll have Dr. Paul Vidal on around 8 o'clock-ish. This is talk about Joe and some 10-9-8. We haven't had him on in a minute, so it's going to be good to hear from the doc. And this segment was brought to you by Ambuck Services. All right, you can find them on Facebook, Ambuck Services. Just search them. They're in our description up top, as well as one of our station sponsors.
That's a
so
good
you
shot.
can find
It
them
was a
there.
great shot.
Or go to ambuckservices.com
Ben had 'em.
for all your
Quick
new
pick,
gutter
and
and for all your gutter needs. You need new gutters, gutter guards. They got you covered. That's ambuckservices.com. It's AMBUCK services.com. We'll see you on the other side.
folks? Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Agree to Disagree, A2D Radio. We are live from the Real Talk Studios, giving you live reaction Sixers Bulls right now.
There it is.
And
That's what we need.
A big-time slam from Mr. Embiid. Sixers now up 5. A little under 11 minutes to go here in the fourth. And another, obviously, must-win situation. You got timeout Chicago. You know, obviously, must-win situation. They got to continue to play to this level at home, especially when you're 9-19 on the road. Until you get your road woes figured out, this is how you got to play on at home. Our poll question, if you just joined us, we'll get into it in 1 second. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic. Every Sunday, we are brought to you by our doc. Make him yours. That's Dr. Paul Waddell, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. So we'll have him on at 8 o'clock. What's wrong, Greg? Yep. Static gate. This guy says, yeah, man. Where's the spider? Where are you singing? He keeps saying, yeah, man.
What?
Just get you to turn around, I guess.
Obviously. He's got me turned around 5 times.
I was going to say, if there was a real spider, Tom would have jumped and ran out of here by now.
All right, let's start another one up. So, everybody on Facebook, stay right with us. Sometimes static comes in for no freaking reason. Sometimes shows have no static. Sometimes it's just ridiculous. You can't make it up. So, we got a little static here in the second half. We're going to restart it, so stay right there. Stay right there. But everybody else on YouTube, Twitter, and IG, we're talking Sixers Bulls live reactions. Our poll question, the Sixers will beat the Clippers on Tuesday. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? And we're also brought to you by AmbuckServices.com for all your gutter needs. Need new gutter guards? Need new gutters? Get a hold of my guy, Michael Ambrose, at AmbuckServices.com. That's AMBUCK Services.com. So, to the poll, how you guys feeling on Tuesday? And from what you've seen tonight, do we win Tuesday and go into the All-Star game feeling a little bit better about ourselves with a little 3-0 stretch?
Yeah, I would feel better, but the road woes are an issue. They're a huge issue, and right now I'm just waiting for us to get a fucking road W. Really, we need to get a win.
Like a significant one or just one period?
I just want one. I just need one.
I can't be picky at this point.
At this point, yeah. That's why I'm saying, can we catch a Wizards on the road? Can we catch a road game where we're like, okay, going in, we better win this one?
I mean, look at our defensive rating at home. Number 1 in the NBA. 101. 101.4. It's just unbelievable, the difference. The splits, as you like to call it, you know? It just doesn't make sense to you.
I mean, we missed that because we can't lock in on every play. But, I mean, did Joe just shush the crowd? I mean, is that what we're doing now?
Horford did.
Oh, it was Horford?
When? Today?
Yeah, 5 minutes ago. Yeah, and after that dunk or something.
I don't know, did he? I didn't see.
That's what
Was
I got
there
a
a
text.
shush?
I got a
Good
text.
take, Burke.
Did he do a shush?
There you go. Yeah, somebody reached out to me.
Oh, wow.
Well, Horford did it the other night, so at this point, I guess they're all doing it now.
Yeah.
Now we're on that game. Now we're on that game.
Yeah, no, exactly. The text I got was it's a second Sixer to hush the home crowd. So that would make sense to your Horford. What
the fuck was that?
Maybe you ought to shush that defense.
Jesus.
My goodness gracious.
Luke Cornett.
There he is.
We've been talking about him a little bit too much.
16.
7 to 10. It's a good
Efficient
job.
night.
It's a good job, Joe.
Take him.
All right, come on, take him.
Oh, boy.
There we go. Get big.
Good. Take him all night. Take him to the shed, please.
Yeah.
Still trying to cover 11 here. All right? Let's lock in.
I'm just hoping for a dub.
Nothing like a little 14-0 run.
No, I love a
Can't stop.
14-0 run.
Little 14-0 run. Can't stop. Let's go. Starts right now. Hit 2. I'll probably miss the first now. They said hit 2. No? All right. We're back.
We're back.
And we're back.
And
here comes Levine. Old neck tape comes right back in.
You hate the fact that it's the fourth quarter because we usually shit the bed in the fourth.
Yeah.
You're trying to cover. But at home, we are different. I get it.
It's weird. I don't know why we're different. I mean, everybody's got their opinions on it, from coaching to obviously energy and effort's an easy one. You know what I mean? That's just like too obvious.
Which is things that shouldn't be, that should always be there. So that's not coaching to me. That's on the players.
That's on the players.
Yeah.
Listen, in this league, man, when it's that big of a difference,
I just don't know
that's
how.
a player thing.
It looks like
you didn't
Joe,
forget how to coach on the road.
Like
you know what I mean?
Joe
If you
doesn't-
can coach well at home. Just like you didn't forget how to play on the road if you play well at home.
But
you haven't brought the same fire. Why don't we host it away, crowd? Hey, little dog.
Great
little
cut.
dog. Glenn Robinson the third.
Great cut.
Little slash help at the deadline.
GR3.
Fantastic.
Little six.
The
Six
guy
spot.
that we loved.
I don't think Burks has played
The guy
there
that we
either.
loved 2 years ago with
Yeah, is he
with
hurt?
his just his fucking just everything about him, his showmanship. He's all over the floor. He's talking trash.
Little dog.
He's dominating. This is the guy that we loved. And now,
Got
and
to
he just, I don't understand how he looks. Then he looks like he doesn't even want to be on the court sometimes on the road. And it just,
I think it's all of them
I don't
on
understand.
the road. I don't think anybody,
I don't understand.
Joe included, Wells, I don't think anybody on this team has looked like they wanted to play on the road. So,
Well, Joe's the number
no,
one.
I'm right with you, but I don't think any of them, like at least this 4-game stretch of how bad we were, nobody wanted to look like they wanted to be there.
Well, that's a leadership thing.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's, and
what,
I'm not,
Corky?
I'm not saying like that's, I hold Brett accountable all the time. But I mean, as a player, I mean that's no leadership from your players. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
No, you're right. And that's sometimes the problem when your two best are younger guys and still, I don't want to say learning, but learning how to be a pro, how to be a vet, how to be a leader. And that's why you brought in a guy like Horford mainly. When we talked about it in the offseason, why did we go get Al Horford? Well, we need that leadership that we lost by Jimmy, Tobias, whatever. I mean, he's never going to be that leader of this team. So I like actually Josh Richardson stepping in and saying, hey, somebody's got to be the vocal guy. I'll do it. You know what I mean? I'll do it. I'll raise my hand and do it. He's a young guy, and I was a big fan that we didn't lose Jimmy for nothing. I was a huge fan of that. Like the fact we got J. Rich back, I said we got him back.
I mean,
like that's a good.
yeah.
That's a thank you. Like,
Yeah,
thanks
'cause
for
it's
helping us
easy-
there.
Yeah, well, it's easy to lead when you're winning. You know what I mean? That's and you're on a bandwagon. You know what I mean? So it shows a lot if your leadership comes out during the tough times. And those stretches. And that's what we need, right? And that's what we're lacking, I feel.
So, fam, we got Doc on right now with us, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy,
What's up, Doc?
LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Doc, what's happening? Greg,
Got
yeah.
the doc?
What's going on there?
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Hey, Doc.
hey Doc, how are you?
Well, we're trying to figure out, Doc, what's the reason on why the Sixers have the best home record in the NBA and are 10 games under 500 on the road. And that's been pretty much our question of the night, trying to figure out why. And, it ties into what we want to talk to you about, and that's Joel Embiid injury concerns. And it's not like one thing, right? It's not like, Doc, like, okay, we're constantly talking about a knee issue. You know what I mean? We're just talking about different things.
You know what, man?
What'd you say there, Doc? I lost him.
We lost him.
All right.
I
Try
knew
it
this
again.
was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what? The MLB
Service
is so rigged.
I bet the Greg let him handle it. What did the MLB do?
They're letting the Dodgers rescind that trade of Jock Peterson to the Angels. The trade's now officially off.
What?
It's so
They
ridiculous.
do whatever they want
Well,
for
that's
LA.
the
It's so
best thing
ridiculous how
that's
they
true.
let them do that.
Did the best trade go through?
Yeah, it's true. But
That's cute.
they had to take Gratterall
Yeah.
from Minnesota and send Maeda there. So now they want Jock to stay. It's like they're such.
Yep.
It's fucking.
Trevor Harris saying, "What's up? What's up, Trevor?"
What's up,
So,
Trev?
Trev,
So we'll get the Doc on back with us in a second. We lost him there. But the question we're going to have for him is, does he have concerns with just, I don't know, like I said, it's not one injury ever, but just missing games. Not for load management, because I think we were all on board. We're like, hey, yeah, we'll give him a night off here, a night off there. That's the advantage of getting Al Horford, right? So we were all like, that's fine. We'll give him nights off. And load management's, we don't love it because we're old school guys, but we'll do it if it translates to the playoffs and having a healthier guy. And, one, it was a dislocated finger that looked like, it was hanging. And then the other night, obviously took 2 aggressive charges, but then it's like, oh, neck sprain. And it's just little things that linger. And we got the Doc back on with us now. Doc, would you say you'd be concerned with Joel Embiid's injury history moving forward? So if you had you could time machine to the future, do you think Joel Embiid's going to be a guy who can still be a dominant player? Let's say he's 26 now, 25. Let's say at 32. Do you still think he would be a dominant player, or do you think the injuries catch up to him by that point of his career?
Yeah, I mean, his track record right now is not great. If you get this, I think you just said he was out with like a neck sprain last half of the game the other night. His finger, his knee, his back. It adds up. That at that rate, 30's not looking so great, man. But you never know. To me, it seems like this. I thought he was, he had dedicated himself to getting in better shape, better conditioning this past off season. He was kind of took it real personally, I guess, that they lost last year, and we thought we'd maybe see a bigger or faster, more nimble Indeed, but the injury bug keeps hitting him, man. So and the dislocated finger, that just stuff happens, but still it slows him down. So, but at this rate with his injuries piling up, man, I wouldn't be betting on him to be a solid player in his 30s. Hopefully you can, but it's just he's missing a lot of games each season, and maybe that's part of the road issues. But I don't know. That's kind of how I feel right now with it. It almost seems like right now they play faster and more up tempo and get the ball moving around when he's not on the court.
Yeah, and Doc, I see a lot of people, just on social media talk about, the difference in his body from Kansas to obviously now in the NBA. And part of that's just being younger, and you're going to be a little thinner. But I know a lot of people would love for him to even drop another 15 if possible. I know he dropped about 10 this offseason, tried to get himself in better shape. And I know there's a lot of people out there that would love for him, and the way today's NBA is going a little bit too, is, hey, can you cut off another 10 for me? So you have the ability, which he can, but even more the ability to be able to run the floor even more so. Is it possible for a guy that big to be able to, to even drop another 10? I feel like when you get that big and you get that strong, muscle weighing more than fat, is it even possible to continue to cut without giving up some of your strength?
Yeah. I think it's possible to lose more weight, but without what you sacrifice, So the strength, right? Muscle or mass, weighs more. So if he loses more weight, how much is he giving up on the muscle end? And then is he going to be able to, have such a presence and dominate when, at the times he's shown he's been able to do it. Remains to be seen. I got to tell you, it's almost happens like after every game in my office. I got a couple guys that come in and just always talk about the game, and it's like it's maddening. For a guy his size, why he's not just in the post all day, feeding the ball. I don't know if you guys have had these discussions. You guys have a different opinion about it, but my gosh, he's huge. Why is he shooting 3-pointers they're going out of style? He hits them occasionally, but I don't know. I would love to see him in the post.
Yeah, I'm right with you. I mean, I don't mind him shooting, 2 or 3 a game. I think everybody's okay with it the way the league is. But we've been all, I think, for a good hour and, say, 5 minutes, that's all we've pretty much been talking about is that, he's a dominant post player, and we really feel like this offense in the half-court set should run strictly through him. He shouldn't not have a touch every possession at least once in the post.
No, absolutely.
Just one touch.
When we're in the half court.
Right.
Yeah, the half court, yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's got to stop dribbling, man. he doesn't have the hands of a point guard. I mean, the ball gets stripped away from him too much. I mean, if he's down in the post and only one guy's on, he can dribble in. But when he's catching it up by the key or by the 3-point line, he starts to dribble. Forget it. I mean, that's almost a steal every time.
Yeah, it is. I don't want him dribbling out there and being a point guard. Now, So, this team did get, 2 additions to help move forward. But another guy that was an off-season addition this year in Al Horford, body-wise, does he look like he got old quick, Doc, to you, Al Horford?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is it almost like Elton Brand signed himself?
Yeah, this guy's in his 30s, right? I mean, he's like 32, 33, I think. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I think he might be 33, 34, actually. But right in there, he's in his 30s.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like, I think, he's definitely a solid player. But, maybe he's taking it on to put more on himself, or maybe they're asking too much of him, in the absence of Embiid. I mean, I think they were maybe planning Embiid would have more of an impact and be in the games more. And, during those times when Embiid was out, did Al Horford press more, and then that just kind of, beat him up. I don't know, because he's a couple of weeks ago, he's definitely been looking a little slower and sluggish than when he first started with him this year.
Yeah, and I think the goal was, from the Sixers is to be able to, load management, both of them in Horford and Embiid, and be able to not have to play either one too many minutes.
Turkish delight.
Yeah.
And I just said because of Joe's injuries a little bit here, and I think Al has missed a few games here and there, but I think they wanted to almost like give them. But Furkan Korkmaz might have been
Turkish delight.
Out of his mind. Look at Ben. Ben's like he's a folk hero. He's a folk hero now. Give him the keys to the team, Joe. Come on, bud.
It's just unbelievable.
Turn the corner with a throwdown.
Yeah, man, I still can't say his name right there. I tried like 10 times a day, and I say it 8 different ways.
Look at Josh.
Yeah, you're not. I don't. Every time I say it live, Paul, I'm like, did I say that right? Was that right? Did I mess that name up? The Europeans always get me.
Yeah.
31 for Corky.
31 points.
Yeah, 5 straight.
And what did he have the other
Push
night,
it out.
guys? What did he have the other night?
34.
34 the other night. So, I mean, was that back-to-back 30-plussers?
He's been stroking.
Yeah. Sometimes you go get bench help.
Bench
Guys say, hey, I'm going to step up. But, yeah, I think both of them look sluggish, when you talk about Horford and Embiid at times, and not like themselves. And it's strange to see.
Embiid's hand, right? That's one thing. And, listen, that thing's going to hurt. It's going to be sore. I mean, you guys have all jammed your fingers, right? And this guy had a dislocation, then he had surgery to repair that radial collateral ligament, which is basically the ligament on the side of the finger there. But it's going to hurt, even if it's in the calf. Like any bump or blow to it, I mean, it's fixed, but it's still going to be sore. And he's only, 6 weeks into surgery, maybe a little bit less. So, he said it doesn't bother, but, man, that's got to bother him, man. Just how he moves and how he reacts. It's just, we can almost liken it to, Carson Wentz at his knee. Now, he's out there, but, he's not moving like he should be. And it's his hand.
That's what my problem is, Doc, is that the hand shouldn't affect how he looks sluggish on the court. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know, right. I mean, it shouldn't necessarily affect his intensity, but I don't know. How he's moving, it's like he's still recovering. And maybe he also lost conditioning. I mean, obviously they said that he was keeping up his cardio and stuff, but there's nothing like game conditioning. You have to be in the game to do it. Here we go.
Oh, and
there we go.
And that's what we want from him right there.
A whole lot of it.
getting in the
Yeah,
paint.
exactly.
Nobody in the league stops him besides guys on Toronto. So, the rest of the league he owns, just Toronto gets him. But this is what we
Yeah,
want.
the
But no,
biggest
I
picture-
agree. He got hit on the hand the other night. I think it was in Atlanta. I want to say in Atlanta, where he got swiped on it. And as soon as he got hit on it, you could tell the reaction. Like, I'm like, did he hurt this again? Because he was down for a second. So, there's definitely some truth to that obviously still bothering him. But, yeah, I mean, I think just to be engaged more is what bothers us sometimes.
Right.
And especially on the road, when we keep talking about, that's when your stars need to show up for you. And honestly, this year they haven't.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I mean, it's just, it really is kind of perplexing, man. That kind of, how can you play so well at home and then not even close to what you do on the road? It's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think we all understand. There's always like a, there's always a difference, right? You might be dominant at home, but we always talk about play 500 on the road. That's all. If you're a game under, oh wow, because you're so good at home.
You guys there?
That's a good touch.
Yeah.
Guys. You got to be ready for that, man. I like that.
You still hear us? Did I lose him again?
Take care of the ball.
And they're going to dunk it.
Yeah, cherry picking. Come on.
Let's slide, Wills. Let her slide.
I don't know if you got.
We got you back.
To get him.
We'll blame
I
Greg.
thought you hung up after he gave the ball up out of bounds.
Listen, we were thinking about just shutting the stream down more so. We would just shut it all down. Is he going to hit another one?
Oh,
Okay,
man,
yeah.
that would've
Heat check.
Eyeballs.
Heat check for him.
Heat check.
But no, I mean, it makes sense that, it would affect,
Oh, my God. I was going to be forced.
it would affect his game a little bit. You know what I mean? Oh, the hand. And then obviously the conditioning, like you said, it's tough to, get in game condition when you're sitting out for a couple weeks. So that's obviously part of it too, to a degree. But
he's got to get his mojo though. Like you're right. His body language is like sometimes he looks so disinterested or like he's checked out. And like you're in the middle of a game, man. Like come
Absolutely.
on, like,
Absolutely, Doc.
yeah, we're yelling at the TV to wake up with him because that's the problem. You can't show us how dominant you can be, and then have these lapses like he's had. And it's just consistency with all these guys, especially with our two young players, of just being consistent night in, night out with their aggressiveness. That's the biggest thing, not their talent issues, just aggressiveness.
So you think these guys? I mean, because we're talking about this whole process thing, right? All these last couple of years, and Embiid and Simmons are the guys. I mean, there's been talk recently, whether it's in the papers or just social media, can they actually both be on the same team? I mean, I would love to think they could make this work, man. It's been like we've been wanting this for how many, all these years, but it just seems like they're two different teams. When Embiid's out there, it's slows down, and Simmons is running the gun when Embiid's not out there.
Yeah, and I don't know why, Ben isn't more aggressive when Joe is out there. I don't know why he feels like he almost has to, give the reins away of being aggressive. We talked about it earlier about being a little bit more selfish at times, and just keep up that same aggressiveness that you play with when he's not in. You're right. They've had big-time stretches when just Ben's played without Joe. But I do truly believe that them two can play together. I'm not as much concerned about that as other people.
If you look at the numbers, 3 years ago, with them two on the court, we were plus 15 points a game. Last year, I think it was plus 7 or 8, and this year it's only plus 1. So I mean, it's trending downward, which is not good.
Why would you take off from the stands?
Yeah,
You're not Jordan, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't. That's.
I know.
It could be not. It could be spacing, like we talk about too.
Well, I think Horford has a lot to do with it. Like to me, Horford was a bad sign. He doesn't fit. We're trying to get him to shoot too many threes, which is not his strength. And yeah, I just think that the Horford was a mistake. And I hope it works in the playoffs, like we said. But so far, it doesn't look like. I don't have confidence that it's going to. You know what I mean? I just think that it hurts our spacing, and you don't want both of them down low, and then Ben trying to go down low, and then you're forcing them to shoot more threes, which is not their strength. So, yeah, I just don't like it.
No, not
Somebody get a
Like,
rebound.
Seriously. And of course, it's going to lead to a triple. Yep.
of course.
Can't even make it
You
up.
Unreal.
can write the NBA,
Unreal.
NBA book on that, buddy.
Yep. So much for the cover. That was fun. That was fun getting cute.
6 straight.
Yeah, sometimes it looks like there's no plan there. Like right now here, well, okay, they're isolating, but like, you know, you look at other teams, man. I mean, some of these teams, just like they look like they're running like so smoothly. They know exactly what they're doing out there, you know. And then sometimes the Sixers just like are hoping to get something to happen, you know.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is like that sometimes, and you wonder if it's just a lot of these guys playing together more.
Joe.
You know, playing together more.
Ow, what
Some
the
of
hell
the
was that?
some of the new faces.
This is the worst shot I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what I'm hoping it is. You know, that's what I'm banking on it is. Hopefully, you know, they play more together and they can gain some more chemistry, especially
out?
He just fell out.
They fell out.
some of the new faces that are
Wondered
replaying.
myself.
I don't know what they're
What do you think
replaying.
of
Terrible
the
shot by Al.
Coach Brown factor?
I think it's definitely a factor. You know, I don't think it can be ran from anymore.
Well, he's getting fired if we don't go to these conference finals. I think you pretty much count that.
Yeah, I agree
So-
too.
I mean, you think the guys are checked out on him, or is that just all like?
I don't think they've checked out, Doc, but
Yeah.
I just don't think that his offensive system works very well. I haven't liked it for years.
Yep.
The stupid dribble handoffs constantly. We shoot too many threes. We don't give. I feel like just looking at it, how do us just looking at it and watching games now? Granted, we know basketball, but how can we look at it and say, you know, when we're in transition, Ben should be having the ball and run up and down, and then when we're in the half court, Joe should have the ball in the block. How do we know that? And he can't get them to do that. That's what I have an issue with. How do we all see it? You know, and it's not happening. That's, to me, that's coaching.
Right, yeah, and that's what we've been saying. That's what we say every week. It's like that's a coaching thing. Indeed, out on the 3-point line, like they need to set him down low, and that has to be like coming from the bench. You know, I mean, all right. There's even some talk like, you know, if like Simmons is refused to shoot, like, then they bench him so he could shoot the ball. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's you know, I've learned the people during the week like they should bench him until he can.
Well,
They
they're not
can
going to
go and
bench
shoot
him.
the
That's
ball.
a terrible idea.
Yeah, I know they won't. But you know what I mean? Like the coach saying, "Hey, listen, man. Like we've asked you to shoot more, and he doesn't do it." And then you have Brett admitting that, like, well, I failed there as a coach. Well, darn, man. Like, you know, you could have just like sat him a little bit. I mean, I know that's not going to go over well, but like, hey, if you want to play, you got to shoot.
Yeah, I mean, you could have did it last year. You could have did it year one, you know, early on with them and say, hey, you know, you got to expand your range and be comfortable with it. And, you know, Brett said this year coming in, he wants them to shoot 1 a game. Well, he shot 2 total. So, I mean, you know, that's on him getting that confidence to shoot it. But, you know, all summer long we saw him hitting threes in pickup games and
When
these
he shoots
fadeaways.
it looks good.
So it's like, I don't understand why he doesn't have the confidence to just jack it. You know, I believe he's 2 for 2 this year, too, in shooting threes.
Well, like actual shots, yeah.
Yeah.
Not counting
Not
ones
counting
at
like
halftime.
buzzer beaters
Yeah.
and that crap. But I believe he is 2 for 2 in, like, set-up threes.
Well, it's 2 for 5 total, but I think it's 2 for 6, but it's 2 for 2 with like actual shots, yeah.
Because you know who has a better shot
Boom.
than him? All right. Well, you know, he's a good 3-point shooter, man. He's got to do more of that.
Another
He just said shut the fuck up,
Yes,
too.
he did.
He just said shut the fuck up.
This is incredible.
I don't care. Use something, man. Use us as motivation then.
fine.
He's listening to the Crumb of the Days then. No, let's go. Give me another
there
Give
you
me another
go.
Cobe. Sorry.
For Tommy.
Give me another one right now. We'll have another one. Then go hit 2 free throws. I don't care what you use motivation, man. I don't care. If you need to use us, being pissed off at us, find something.
I tell you, I'm just telling you, that's a slippery slope he's playing.
Who's
with.
he?
That's a real.
Is he? We got to find out after
what
the
else
game.
is he? Could be
We got to
shushing
find out
right
after
there.
the game.
That was a shush
That
and
question.
a shut the fuck up.
That question.
That was 100% a shut the fuck
I
up.
read that.
Absolutely.
Well,
I read
He
let's.
said shut the
Oh,
fuck
I
up.
didn't see that.
I read that.
Absolutely
I read
said
that.
it.
I didn't see that.
He
part.
went
I
shut
talked
the
it
fuck
through.
up.
Yeah,
Is what he did.
Yeah. I felt like he was talking to me. That's how,
Yeah,
that's how much I read it.
I literally,
That's how much I read it.
I
Yeah.
felt him say it.
Yeah.
I felt him say it. I don't know how you missed it because me and him.
No,
right
I looked
away,
over here
we're like,
after he
right,
made
well,
it.
that's why. Yeah.
It's right here. I started talking about it.
Wowzers. I mean, I if that's what you need to get pumped up, I'm right with you.
Yeah,
Like
you
you
might-
said.
Then you went and missed 2 free
Hey, did
throws.
anybody forget to tell these guys that these shots are free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
These things.
Too busy shooing everybody away. I'm curious to see after the game if that's directed at us.
Well, it's
looks
hot.
like it.
Where else could it be?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Listen, like I
Smells
said,
like it.
I'm okay with it,
Yeah,
but that's a
okay.
slippery slope you're playing. Because now if you don't start playing well, it ain't going to get easier. It ain't going, he told us shut the fuck up. It ain't going to back off now.
Yeah.
All right? There's some rabid dogs in
But
this city.
listen, can we be real, though, over the last 4 games? I mean, it's been like talking about trading them A, B, C, and D.
Yeah, well, that's
You know what I mean?
that's what happens when you don't perform.
I understand that, Wells, but I think there's been a little bit of a rush to
Well, that's
a little
how,
rushed
but
reaction.
that's how. Have you noticed? That's how the Sixers fans are, though.
I understand that, but I also have to understand as a player that would piss me off, too.
Yeah, but as a
To
pro,
a
you
point.
got to know that, though. As a pro, you
They're
got
not
to know
going
that.
to show it.
You know what I mean? Like I said, it was, Harp's first year here last year, but Harp handled it well. I mean, he got booed to shit. With that start. You know what I mean? And he said, you know what, I got to be better. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he was going to alienate him right away. I mean, 2 months in, but still, I mean, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, listen, like you said, we want him to be back to his old
I like it.
We want him to be
But
back
that's
to his old
all I'm
self.
saying.
It
That's a
doesn't bother
slippery
me.
slope. That's all.
It doesn't bother me, but why are you worried about the fans? Just go play. You know what I mean? That's my thing. It doesn't
Easier
bother
said
me.
than
I
done
don't
at
care.
the pro level, though. It's
Yeah,
easier
but-
said than done.
But they're getting paid millions of dollars.
I understand.
People are going to be.
But
people
in-
are going
but
to
in
be critical of you.
2020 but in
that's
20
part of your life of what you do.
I understand this. I'm not making excuses. I'm saying for every guy that plays professional sports, social media is a real thing in 2020. So it's not like it is in 2002, where guys don't hear as much. Guys hear everything now. They
Then
read
stay
everything.
off of it.
Right or
Yeah.
I hear you,
I
though.
understand all that. I'm just giving you the devil's advocate to why guys get pissed off too. Like you're turning your back on me already. You know what I mean? Like I get that side of it too, and the competitiveness side of it. I'm not saying I agree with that at all. I'm just saying I understand it to a point, but
Yeah,
slow
but
it
they're-
down.
but
We
they're-
don't need to keep
But
shooing
that's why
us.
that's why they make full-grown mirrors, right? Look in the goddamn mirror, because why is it coming? It's not coming from, just necessarily his play as much as it is his effort and his attitude.
Yeah.
and
I mean,
and
that's
the
why.
squid-like ability that's going
It could,
on right
it
now,
could
you
be
know?
at like Shaq,
what I mean?
maybe. Who knows?
I don't
Who's
know.
that?
Yeah, it could be.
Seems at us.
So, Doc, anything you got going on
Ben
right
hitting
now that you
foul
want to
shots,
tell the
by
fam?
the way, is definitely been nice though. We didn't mention that. Mentioned it earlier. We haven't mentioned it with Doc, but Ben starting to hit free throws, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
As I say that, he
Yeah,
misses
well,
one. Fucking
Yeah, but
jinx
he-
of all
you're right.
time right
You need
there
2
by
for
me.
a cover burger? Of course, that was an absolute sieve.
Yeah, he's definitely looks smoother at the line.
Absolutely, Doc. I think we were saying he's up to like 75% over the last month or whatever. So yeah, that's
So the
if he
thing
can
is,
do that, we'll take that all day.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a set shot. Like, why no one's covering him out in the wing. Like, that's a set shot. You could take the same stroke and hit that. Like,
No, it
you
is
never
the
have
same
to
The
come
shot.
out
problem
on-
is I don't think that they teach that anymore, which is a shame. It's the NBA now. No one shoots 15-footers in the entire league. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I kind of hate the league. It's 3-pointers and dunks.
Yeah, Monte Ellis couldn't play in this. Or Monte Ellis couldn't play
That was his
in,
game.
in this, Mr. 15, 17-foot jumpers.
He was awesome for 2 years.
Yeah, he was.
Josh Richardson's missing foul shots.
It's a miss party. You count them 3 misses.
Shot.
Yep. We know what that adds up to.
This one will be for the lead.
Yep.
Right here.
We know what that adds up
yeah.
to. We know. So, Doc, you got anything going on over there you want to tell the family about?
Yeah, sure. And actually, first of all, I appreciate all you guys who kind of shared our page on Facebook or doing things like that. I really appreciate that. I saw that a couple of times this past week, and that I really appreciate it. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of getting into the close to the spring, and we're ramping up the to get some activities, getting some 5Ks sponsored and stuff like that. It's all kind of lining up soon. So when we get more information, we'll get out there, get it out to you guys. But otherwise, any of you guys who have like baseball and softball is coming up from those people, and we definitely we run like a sport ready program. It's kind of like a physical assessment to see how things are going in between the season, see if the arm and the hips, all that stuff are ready for grinding back up into getting action. So if the athletes out there that want to take advantage of that program, it's something we run out of our offices as a physical assessment.
Yeah, we'd love to pass that info along to kids I coach too.
Yeah, yeah. So you know what I can do? I can send you guys that info, and then you can spread that out. That'd be great.
Oh, absolutely. We'll share it out for you. Just send it on over to me.
Definitely. So, but otherwise, things are good, man. The year's flying by already.
Yeah, right. It's already.
Yeah.
You looked the other day.
Ain't that the truth?
We're already almost in mid February already, which I'm not mad about. Love to get the spring a little quicker. So not mad, but it was funny because we're like, man, high school today. We're like, high school baseball starts in a couple of weeks essentially. Like, it's going where guys are allowed to be around their teams and all that. I mean, it's right around the block.
College is about to start right now.
Yep, you got March Madness right around the block too.
14th.
So
I mean, some of those other schools probably opened up, but most everybody's going to open up next weekend. Yeah.
And pitchers and catchers report this week, right?
yeah,
2 or 3 days.
yeah, I think two days. 2
I
days.
know. I
Yep.
saw they said that on Twitter, Philly's Twitter had them loading the big truck that was heading down to Clearwater.
Well, we're excited to talk to you during Philly season because we're hoping it comes better to is a better year than last year. We actually have a manager in here, and
I'm excited.
added some additions that could help this roster out a little bit. So I'm excited for the start of Philly season.
I'd like to trade for Chris Bryant right now, but I'm excited.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think Phillies are going to have a better year, no doubt, man. And they were, I think, a lot be influenced by Girardi, man. I mean, this guy's been there, done that, and I think there'll be a positive impact on these guys.
Yeah, I think he can add 6 to 8 wins.
Everybody's
difference
I'm
just
not
by
sure that we
the
make the
addition.
playoffs, but I think
Everybody's
we're going to
out.
be right there because
yeah.
the Braves and Nationals are both going to be good.
Probably one of the best
And I
divisions in
think
baseball.
The Mets are going to be. Yeah, I think
The Dodgers aren't bad
I
in
think
case
the
everybody
division's
missed it.
gonna be very, very, very tough.
Yep, Dodgers are pretty good in the NL too, in case anybody missed it. Pretty
But
good.
just our NL East though is going to be very tough.
No, I agree with you. I'm just telling you, the whole NL.
Yeah. Although, listen, I'm not going to tell you. I won't be the first guy to tell you this, but it's probably going to be the Phillies and the Giants in the National Championship.
I would love that.
You said seven.
A little coconut oil versus Joe.
I said we're going to win by 7. Wow.
You know how that would work, right? We would lose to the Giants.
That's absolutely crazy.
Count it.
Kapler would knock us out of the postseason. That's how that would go
man,
for us. That's exactly how that would go.
No chance in hell.
No.
No chance. If the Giants make the playoffs, I don't know, some sort of sorcery going on over there.
Yeah, well, it might be manager of the year.
And their roster is pungent. It's a stenchy one. I don't even know what they got going on over there.
Not much.
They lost everybody. Who do they even keep?
Buster.
They got Buster, yeah. No
So-
no Mad Bum. They didn't keep
they don't.
Pilar, who we love.
Yeah.
That's my guy. I love me. I thought you were going for the
Belt? No,
Pilar.
I
The
got
Pilar
you,
bump.
So big Sixers win because everyone's big right now. 118, 111. Doc, thanks for joining us. We'll talk next week more throughout. It'll be All-Star Weekend, so we'll see if we go 3-0 going into the break, and we'll talk some expectations coming out of the break for the Sixers, and then we'll be even closer and revving up more for this little pitchers and catchers and hearing what whatever BS is coming out of camp on how great guys look.
Baby.
Then we're going to hear how great Arrieta looks all next week too. So really, really excited to hear how great his ball's moving this year again.
That'd be awesome, man.
Throw his pens in his underwear. And his flip flops.
All right, guys.
Great talking to you. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right, see you, Doc.
All right. Yep, take it easy.
FAMS Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Make sure you find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tell them the boys from A2D sent you. Listen, the best in the business. All right, we only told you a million times. So, real quick, and then we'll get right into our crumb of the week. So, real quick, how far are the Sixers going? Greg, gun to your head, hypothetical, how far?
They lose in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Losing the Eastern Conference Finals. Wills, hate to put the hypothetical gun to your head.
You don't be starting putting guns in people's
I was
heads.
waiting for
You don't
it.
put hypothetical guns in
I was
people's
waiting
heads.
for it.
Okay?
That's one of my favorite scenes. Yeah, one of my favorite
It's a great
scenes.
scene.
If I put a gun in your head right now,
You don't put guns in people's heads.
if I put a gun to you right here and say, are we going to work out?
Whoa.
Are we going to work out?
Whoa.
It's so hard
Great.
laughing.
Great move.
It's so hard laughing
love
with the
that
chest
movie.
thing. I hate when people give me laughing because it's like, stop making me laugh. It hurts.
Man, I hate doing this. Second round.
Oh,
They got to show me something over this
I'm not going to put it to your head.
Nah, I'm with him. I was going to say it depends where we fall because the 4 or 5. You know, I mean, like, even though we wanted to get up to the 2 or 3, I know it's going to take an incredible run. We're not, probably not going to get there. So the 4 or the 5 puts you at,
Probably play Miami.
but it's
Well, it
still,
puts you at Milwaukee in the second round.
Exactly, and that's where I'm. I know we match up well, but come on, dude, they're 47 and 7, dude, and I know it's a regular season, but
to
they're
think
pretty
that we're
freaking
going to
good.
win one
They're
in
pretty good,
Milwaukee
man. Come on,
is really tough.
They're pretty good, dude.
Agreed.
He's special, and we can be good too. I mean, so we'll see, but I'd say second round as well, and I'm not gonna, and I hope I'm wrong.
So because of our last 30 not being that difficult, essentially, right? Compared to from what people are telling me, this stretch or the last 30 games isn't as difficult.
Well, we better show it.
But my point is I'm hoping and banking that we can gain some ground and get to that 3 seed. Because that 3 seed's the difference maker.
Absolutely.
From being 4 to being 3. It's so gigantic. Or being
absolutely,
5
because then I end
to
up
being
where
3.
Greg is. That's
Yep.
why I said seeding is huge for me. You know what I mean? And I picked them in the beginning of the year to come out of the East. And now I am going to waver on that. You know what I mean? And I want them to slap me in the face, and I want them to, and I don't want to be wrong. Absolutely. You know what I mean? But what I've seen right now, and we got time to fix it. But right now, if like I said, if we get to the 3, then I have us losing to Milwaukee in the second round. Or no, I'm sorry, Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. All right. Second round would be if we were 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I might take my my place back. Al Horford, 30 minutes, 0 points. Alex Burks, I know, different position, but couldn't sniff the floor tonight. GR3 only played 12 minutes.
Yeah, well,
Al Horford,
They haven't practiced yet. You gotta
I
remember
understand. I get that. But Al Horford, 30 minutes is 0 points.
why do you think Glenn Robinson played tonight over Burks?
Because he was here before.
That's all.
I get it.
No, I'm just telling the people.
But I'm just
No,
saying,
I'm not taking
Al
a shot at
Horford,
you.
30 minutes, 0 points.
Like Will said, they haven't practiced, so it makes sense. Burks doesn't play
They
tonight
just got their
until they
physicals
practice.
today.
Robinson's been around the
It
offense
takes
before,
3 days to pick
and
Rob come-
we know Brad hasn't changed it since he was here. So
3 days
it's an
to come
easy
cross country.
easy jump in. Easy
No,
jump.
but I don't even think
Turn your
that's
head
the
and cough.
case though at all.
Turn your head and
Actually,
cough.
I know we're all joking about that, but they said on Friday night they said that they weren't going to be eligible to get the physicals till Sunday. So I was like, well, I mean, I don't understand how that works.
Yeah,
but-
because Rocco played the next day.
yeah,
in
but
Houston.
That's our medical staff stinks too. Apparently, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just they literally said that on Friday. So I'm like, well,
No.
I thought they weren't even going to play tonight. So I mean, at least I was happy that GR3 played.
GR3, 5 of 6 for 10 points.
Yeah.
Solid.
Corky, 12 of 17 overall, 6 of 11 from 3,
Jay Rich
31 bangers.
Jay Rich did nothing. Yeah.
Jay Rich played well.
2 points.
Yeah. Ben with 19, Joe with 28, Toby with 14.
Listen, there's no.
Furkan was huge.
Yes.
But that's what doesn't have to be him every night. So because he's not going to be, that's the thing about having a solid bench is that you have different guys that can do it on different nights. So we haven't really recently. So hopefully Burks and GR3 could become one of those guys that on any given night they could drop you 20.
No, that's what you need. That's why you went out and made
Exactly
the deal.
what you need.
Right? You need to get deeper off your pine. And so for me, I'm going to stick with where I had them because there's still a good amount of season left, and I just believe that they're better than they've showed at times. So I'm gonna hold out some hope, and hopefully these additions can help out as well because they were big time additions when you look at what was there, and then obviously Furkan showing you obviously big time life off your pine is huge for this basketball team. So
I mean that's what's really moving the
I'll
dial.
say Eastern
He's
Conference
really
Finals.
moving the dial for me. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I'll say
I'm
Eastern
loving what I'm
Conference
saying
Finals.
out of him. You know what I mean? For sure.
No, yeah, how can you not? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Captain Obvious, but I'm saying.
No,
you know
it's
what I
not
mean?
like that,
No,
yeah.
I mean, like, I love it.
Little killer too, a
Yeah.
little not shy.
Oh yeah,
And go
I mean,
ahead
the
and
flush,
stroke.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's been plenty of Euro guys that just hang around the perimeter and just shoot and do whatever and maybe don't play any defense. You know what I mean? He plays a little bit, plays enough defense.
Yeah, he plays a little
and
bit.
That, now look at that flush right there. I mean the flush. Now he's starting to feel himself a little bit.
Yep.
Aggressiveness. Turn the corner and then a flush to bring the house down. Come on.
Love it.
Everybody loves that.
Man.
Crumb of the week, boys. What do you guys got?
Fantastic.
I'm going Andre Drummond. I can't believe this dude. Like just because he gets traded from the Pistons to the Cavs. Talk about the decline of the center. The Pistons are like, yeah, we don't. Just go to Cleveland.
Or the decline of the Pistons too.
But so, and he's been all over social media about how he's betrayed. It's such a betrayal, and it's like pictures of with him holding his kid, like, I'll teach you to, watch out for betrayal and all that stuff. And it's like, dude, this is a business, okay? This is a business, Andre. All right, you're getting paid handsomely. Talking about betrayal and stuff, it's part of the game, okay? If you're falling out of favor somewhere, you're getting shipped. That's just the way it goes.
Nobody makes me drink my own blood.
I just can't believe this fucking the whole woe is me.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, they're throwing me out of Detroit. Maybe play better, and they wouldn't have. I don't know what to tell you. But this is part of the business. It's why you get paid handsomely, because at some point you might have to abruptly move. Sucks, but it's part of it.
Yeah, not saying it's easy, but
Part of it.
it goes on.
If somebody said they want to pay me, and he gets paid way more than this, by the way. But if someone said they want to pay me $5 million a year, but guess what? They might call me at any time and I have to move. I'm in. Sign me up.
Yeah. Wherever you need me to go.
And he's making way more than $5 million a year.
Your family comes with
Way
you.
more.
Yeah.
Your family comes with you.
You don't even have to do
You're
that.
not a rookie.
And
but I'm
first
just
off,
saying, you're not a
they
rookie.
probably don't even come with him.
You're not living in an apartment.
You know what I'm saying?
$22 million.
Ooh,
Yeah.
My bad.
handsomely.
Sorry, you gotta sell your house.
So but I'm saying most of them don't even. Most of them live in fucking Miami or LA anyway.
I
get
get it.
And they just fucking rent wherever they're at.
Yeah.
Rent some fucking nice ass place.
There's
So-
nothing to do in Cleveland. I get it. You're going to Cleveland, but
There's nothing to do with Detroit either.
no.
Yeah. First off, it's more south than Detroit, so it's gonna be warmer quicker. You get that for you going, and I mean I think I would take Cleveland over Detroit if you're gun to my head. I'd go Cleveland over Detroit. I would.
Fair,
I'm just saying I would. Red Wings stink. What does Detroit have? They got nothing. Lions stink. Red
it's a
Wings
shithole.
stink. Absolute shithole.
Detroit.
Yeah, well, I got no time to be near Detroit.
They got bullet holes.
Cleveland, my favorite Iron Chef's from Cleveland. He's got a bunch of restaurants there. I just hit up a bunch of fucking Michael Simon restaurants.
There you go.
There you go. And we're good.
Oh man, there's a few to choose from, but I'll land. We're baseball guys. I'll land on the Red Sox. I mean, you could have it. I
take
thought
it.
because you could.
Take it. I'll find something.
Yeah, just you're a big market. We talked about it. And you got some backlash on your video, which is absolutely silly. All right, so those people should just sit down and never watch baseball again. All right. First of all, you're in a big market, right? So you shouldn't worry about the luxury tax. Now all of a sudden you're in a division with the New York Yankees, and you're worried about a luxury tax. All right. You got an absolute top 3 player in baseball. Right, you figure it out, and if you don't want to figure it out, then you absolutely don't get fleeced. Right,
Yep.
If you're gonna go dance with the Dodgers, it's not Verdugo. It could be Verdugo, but it's got to be Lux. It's got to be Carrot Top, and it's got to be the catcher. All right, that's a 4-for-1, and you just dump David Price into the Boston River. Right, he doesn't even have to be in that. I don't care about the money. Right, that's it.
Well,
You dump it in the
I feel like that's what kills them is because they had to keep Price in there.
the cut.
And so the Dodgers are like, well, then we're not going to give you anything since you make us take Price. But still, to me, you still got fleeced.
Oh,
You got to get. How do you not get Lux at least? I would have said just give me Lux.
A lot of people telling me like,
Yeah,
Verdugo.
you got-
Verdugo. Stop blowing Verdugo.
Stop with Verdugo.
Played a half a
Please,
season.
Stop. He
Yeah,
played
that's what I
12
said.
He played
Stop.
66
Relax.
games.
Well,
Now we're
Shut the
crowning.
fuck up.
Now we're crowning. And
Gavin
we're comparing.
Gavin Lux is like the number 1 prospect in baseball.
Yeah.
How do you trade Mookie Betts and not get Gavin Lux?
How do you not get the
I don't
4-for-1?
understand
That's what
it.
I'm with him. How do
dodged
you
the
not
bullet.
get a truckload?
It's a
I can get a
4-for.
truckload wherever I want. I get a pick. You know what I mean? I'm in a buffet. Whatever I want.
we
Whatever
talk-
I want.
We
Because
talk
they're
about
acting
we
like
talk about
they're a small
Trouty.
franchise.
We
Who
talk
we-
about Trouty all the time. That's a 10-for-1. That's a Herschel Walker deal. All right, Betts is the same way. That's a 4 or 5-for-1 for. All right, I mean you dodged the Dodgers, even though they lost. They in essence dodged a bullet last summer because hanging on to Lux because Felipe Vasquez was an absolute fucking pedophile. You know what I mean? So that was, they were going to pull the trigger on that because they needed bullpen help.
Yeah.
All right, but they
He
didn't
wasn't-
want to.
he wasn't
they,
absolute
they,
pedophile,
they didn't
right?
want to give up.
That
they didn't-
is correct.
They didn't want to give up Lux. You know what I mean? Understandably. But now you're talking about getting back, a top 3 player in baseball. You know what I mean? So, they might say when the first call happened, like, oh yeah, no, he's untouchable. That's it. But then
Okay, so this guy.
Yeah.
So this guy. I'll pay him the
what I'm
440 he
saying.
wants.
Come
Like that's why I understand. You're not the Rays, dude. Like
now you're restarting.
yeah, like
come on.
because what you scared? You scared because the team in your division is flat out fucking loaded. So now you're scared. So now you're going to be scared money. Well, guess what? You got J.D. Martinez to a big-time contract there, too. So what direction are you going? You can't have it both ways. So, like, if you got Lux, Verdugo, like, I and the catcher.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm right with
I'm
you.
talking about 4. You got one of each.
Yeah.
You got a little taste of the buffet all over the place. You got 4 pups. You got an outfielder, you got an infielder, you got a possible ace if Carrot Top turns the corner.
Or
right?
just a
and
great
you got a
bullpen
monster
piece,
catcher.
yeah.
You haven't had a catcher since Veritek. Come on.
It's unbelievable.
It's just, you just can't. It's just, it was silly to me. That,
I like
it was
that.
like that. You know what I mean?
That guy doesn't get traded. Some guys are untradeable. Some guys are untradeable to me unless we both said, but you missed my buffet earlier.
I said I liked it.
We both double dipped.
I like
Don't miss the
I'm sorry,
Golden
I'm trying
Corral.
to do DraftKings
Can't miss the
lines.
Golden Corral here. We were Golden Corralling. One went Golden Corral. Give me another good one. I don't know. I'll go.
OCB? The Old Country?
The Old Country. That's what I was looking for. We won the Old Country. One went Golden Corral. Can we pick what we want here? I mean, if I'm trading one of the best players in baseball, why can't I? I don't understand. Is Major League Baseball like giving one back to the Dodgers because of freaking Code Gate or whatever the fuck went on in Houston? Like, are we giving them a championship? Is this what we're doing? Like, hey, like if I'm Major League Baseball and I'm saying, no, that deal ain't good enough. I'm not approving that deal.
I can't believe they just
I'm
let
not
him
approving that
I can't
deal.
believe they just let him
I'm
get
allowed to
chopped
not
that,
approve
too.
it. Major League Baseball is allowed to not approve it. They're allowed to.
Remember when the NBA did it with Chris
And then
Paul?
the fact
Paul,
that
yeah.
Greg
No,
said,
we're not on
the fact that Greg said,
So-
now they're sending Peterson back to the Dodgers. What the fuck are we doing? What do we do? Now we're going to let that lineup roll out there with all these guys? It was already bad enough last year. You know what I'm saying? Like the righty-lefty combos.
He's going to be bitter as shit, so I would imagine he's going to get dealt somewhere.
No, he's going to get sued.
Mookie,
Yeah.
but he's going to come back.
At least he didn't have to move nowhere.
He's got to come back with his Snoopy suitcase. Like,
Yeah.
hey, man,
Hey,
I'm
guys,
here,
I'm back. Yeah.
So can I get like 300 at bats this year? Or?
Well, I knew that was going to fire us up, which was all.
No, I love
which
it.
was all about. So,
I'd rather you do it than me, honestly,
no,
because
I
everybody
knew it
already
was-
heard mine.
I'm going to go another one too. All right, we're gonna turn this, keep this discussion going. For me, another guy. I mean, there could be plenty of guys. For me, Roy Williams. All right, Roy Williams, I think the game has passed you by. Not just talking about last night, but last night you looked defeated. You looked sad. You looked like somebody kicked you in the dick. I understand you lost a 13.
Dick kick.
You lost a 13-point lead. You went to overtime, and
You know
it
why.
looked like you had nothing. You had nothing there. All right, but I take it a step further. Right, UNC, you're a blue blood. You should never have 13 losses. I don't care about injuries. Don't tell me about injuries. All right. The other fact that I know the game's passing you by, and it's embarrassing, is they said he went to a Texas Tech practice a couple weeks ago to sit on, and Chris Beard let him. I mean, like, okay, Roy's an icon. I'll let him sit in, which I found was silly too. Hey, Roy, stay out of my gym. All right, you're out of my gym. But he went to a Texas Tech practice and to see what Chris Beard was doing. Come on, dude. You're a Hall of Famer, man. Like, if everything's stale, then it's time to walk away.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. You should never have 13
In the
losses
middle of the season?
when you're
Oh, yeah.
UNC.
In the middle of the season?
I shit you not, brother.
I understand that. To me, the Texas Tech guy
That's what I
deserves
said.
a little slack for that
Yeah,
himself.
that's what I said. Chris
To
Beard, what
me,
are you
I'm like, hey, you want to come in July, Roy?
Yeah,
You can come see some
yeah.
shit. We're not talking in February.
Yeah.
I might see you in a month.
Yeah.
The fuck? Well, probably not because they ain't making
That's
the
probably
tournament.
why.
That's probably why. But still, I don't. That's some weird shit to me. I don't get that one. Yeah, no chance. That's not happening.
No.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go a different direction. People call these guys. I stick up for a lot of these guys, but Al Horford, obviously tonight with the offer, okay, $104 million, babe. Can't have offers, all right? But let's double dip it a little bit too. Let's have Al, who's the leader of one of the leaders, right? I brought this guy to be a fucking leader, and we're shushing the crowd the other night, starting with Al, right? So now you're saying that's okay. That's okay to do, right? So now one of my stars tonight, which we all assumed is directed right at us,
I mean, who else is it? He definitely said shut the fuck up. So
right?
Yeah, for sure.
So now you're doing that to us.
1,000% shush and shut the fuck up.
So now you're pulling that move.
And it wasn't just once. He did it twice tonight. The shut the fuck up might have been once. but
Listen,
shush.
he's
twice.
my guy. Whatever gets you motivated, go ahead, brother. I'm not telling you what to do. If this is what's motivating you, if we're getting,
Dad's taking a couple steps back.
if we're gonna get you motivated to play, then good. I'm glad we got through to you then on how important you are to us. Okay? right? And we're allowed to be critical, okay? And I understand these guys are humans. And sometimes, listen, your emotions get the best of you, right? I get it, dude. But both of you two, knock it the hell off. All right, dude. How about we do a little of this on the road? How about we start doing this on the fucking road sometimes? Yeah. Huh? I would love to see this on the road. I would love to see it on the road. Get a clue.
Seriously.
This isn't something you do at home. When's this cool? When did this become hot in the street?
Agreed. 100%.
Get a freaking grip. You're freaking 9-19 on the road, and we're hushing at home?
Yep. You're letting that white noise leak in, then that's on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, there's so many other, social media things and all that stuff, nowadays than there was way back when. But still, you don't have to look at it, then stay off it then. You know what I mean? Like, if the Sixers didn't want you on it, then stay off it then.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean? Or don't read a newspaper.
Whatever it is.
There's tons of guys that, back when the newspaper was something, you know what I mean? It didn't read a newspaper. They just couldn't. You play in New York, you don't read a newspaper.
Yeah. Just give me a hush on the road then. You're 9-19 on the road, and we're hushing at home. Who the fuck are you? And Al, you started it, dude. You're the vet. I'm giving you a lot of money to come here to be a leader, especially if you can go over. You're going over, I need you to be a leader. You're hushing the other night?
Yeah,
who are you to hush and come back and give nothing?
You should go hide. I mean, he's been so fucking horseshit. Like, you should go hide. Like, don't draw attention to yourself. You
At
know
least
what I mean?
Joe balled tonight. Yeah,
dude. Like, don't bring attention to yourself there, would you, Al? I mean, like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
because besides your bank account,
I was gonna say
small,
I don't know if I would be hushing.
Greg, do you got
That's what
one?
I'm saying.
When I'm playing
'Cause
like
I got
that.
to piss, so if you got one, go ahead.
No, mine was just going to tag team on. Mine was going
Starts
to be
hurting, right? Starts hurting.
Mine was just going to be the MLB to the thing. Like,
Yeah.
exactly. How do you let it done? How do you how do you send Jock back? You know what I mean? Like, all those things. And then how do you, as the reporters for MLB, how do you release the deal before all the medicals are done? Again, going back to the whole Kobe thing and, like, everyone trying to be first.
Yep.
So mine was just, we kind of already touched on it, but mine was the MLB on top of everything that's then. Again, MLB is, like, now going to sit, oh, well, the teams can do what they want, but, you weren't saying that a couple weeks ago.
No, you're right.
With other issues.
They're spot on. So I get sick of these guys sometimes.
Yeah.
They can do what they want at different times. So you're sending Peterson back there, like you said. That's not cool, dude. The guy's got to go back with his tail between his legs. Like, I just got dealt. Now I'm coming back. Granted, doesn't have to go far, but it's just the point of it. So it's been Agree, Disagree. A2D Radio family, we love you. Thanks for joining us. Follow all our shows here. Shows nightly, daily, however you want to say it.
I remember
we're here.
When you went nuts on Al, too. That he was also the guy that said there's some locker room issues going on, too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, shut your
Now you're
fucking mouth,
hushing. You got
bro.
a lot to say.
Woo!
A lot to say. You can find us everywhere. iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, iTunes. For time unknown, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Mockney. We got Pissgate going on in here. We love you. Thank you, Dr. Paul Waddell, for calling in. Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations, as well as my man, Michael Ambrose. Got to go check him out. Best gutter guy in the biz, right? AmBuckServices.com. You can find him on Facebook, Ambuck Services, AMBUCK Services. We out.